Phoenix Foxtrot Cozy. Hello, Z. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure the microphone. Okay. It is set correctly. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all having a good day. Happy Wednesday, baby. Ah. That's your stuff. That's your stuff right there. I like that I put the little... I feel like that's where the little guy's supposed to go. The little me. Why is he there? Why is he on the key? There we go. What if he lives... Maybe he should live over here. Is that good? I was like, okay. Cloudy on, hello. Sharky, hello. That's too high. I got the guides on. You gotta live right on this key. There we go. That's good. I don't know why he was on the keyboard. I don't feel like that's where he was supposed to go. You did a stream. Don't lie on the internet. First thing you do is come in and you lie. You lie to me. They fixed redeem on mobile? Hell yeah. I'm glad. Why is it gotta be Alex? I don't know. I feel like every time, every intent that you have is something that's gonna be bad for someone. Why don't redeems are back and you're gonna be like, hey, it's gonna be the best day. Not like, hey, it's a problem for everyone. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying, baby? Nice! I already said it. Everybody, hero, hello. On 3. We're gonna say nice. And we're gonna spam it in the chat. It's happening. 1, 2, 3. Nice! Ah! Nice. You like that? Stream hasn't even started yet, and I'm screaming! Hell yeah. Are you ready for some hot lawyer action? I know I am. Edgeworth's in jail, and we gotta break him out. We gotta do the dang thing already, baby. Boo, 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 boo. My employer finally got me more Commander vids, like Magic? Hell yeah. That rules. Commander's fun. Commander's complicated. It can have every card. I feel like, oh! It's me. It's time. Hello and welcome. When I used to judge Magic the Gathering tournaments, I got pretty high up in the ranks as far as that goes, but I didn't play. I don't actively play Modern or anything, so like a lot of times Modern interactions would be like, I don't know. It's the same with Commander, I feel like, where I'm just sort of like, I don't know, I know enough, but like that's a pretty niche question you got there sometimes. Hell yeah, baby! What's up, gamers? It's me, the boy, the Catboy. Are you ready to do some lawyering? I never judged, but I know the rules super good. That's good. A lot of people, it's so interesting. I remember, okay, this is like, so like, I kind of stopped judging, like when COVID hit, basically, like, that was enough of a break that, like, I don't need to get into it, but I was just sort of like, yeah, I'm probably just done with this. But Cozy and I went to our store that we go to, like, maybe over a year ago at some point for whatever new, pre-release set was coming out. We're like, I don't know, it's been a minute, like, we could just, like, go to a pre-release, and, like, I'm still, like, in contact with the people that are judging now, even though I've kind of stepped away. Because I was there for, like, a long time. Like, I was, not to whatever, but, like, I was sort of a pillar of the community, and that was really cool. And so during this pre-release, I wasn't working, but I was just sort of helping a little bit the actual judge that was working. And man, players very often will feel very adamantly that they are in the right about a rules interaction. Because I remember that day, somebody was like real upsetty spaghetti because they were like, this bomb card should work this way. And Star, hello. And the judge was like, no, it doesn't work that way. And they were like, oh, well, like, is there anyone to appeal to? Even though this is just like a pre-release, like, calm down, try hard. But like, but also, then they like double checked with me and I was just like, yeah, no, you're wrong, bud. And then this player was just so upset. They're like, put on a Rita. And I'm like, okay, no, it doesn't. What happened, Star? An insane event. Especially with Yu-Gi-Oh. Is it really? I don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is sort of, I don't know if this is a national thing, but at least in our area, I don't know, something's wrong with the Yu-Gi-Oh players. Perhaps that's changed, but like, I don't know, there was a lot of theft and stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh players don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, it seems pretty complicated, but that's also very funny. Hell yeah. Okay, let's lawyer it up. Yay. I couldn't remember if this was going to be set up properly. Alright, babies! Partly because it's kind of made bad. It seems like, like, not being an outsider, it seems like my understanding of it is that they constantly are banning cards because, like, I don't know, like, every new set that comes out, they have to ban a ton of cards because they don't know how to make a card game. But people still like to play it, I guess. Wow. My clothes weren't drying, so I went to re-dry them and forgot to check the lint trap. Oh. Very long inch thick block of lint from the previous tenants? That's terrible. Oh my god. Did it work, though? Did it dry? Because I feel like only maybe will that stop the heat from happening. From the already? You just moved there. You gotta talk to him. That's some college kid shit, like straight up. I've seen some crazy scenarios where an opponent was not allowed to play any cards because the play had set up so if they did, it would create an infinite loop, which is against the rules. That sounds like it's a bad card game. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot, and the fact that they never did big rules revisions like Magic has done is not great. Oh, they've been there a while. I thought you were the first in the place. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, you gotta talk to him. Because that is a fire hazard, and, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're checking it, it's not the end of the world. All right, let's do lawyer shit. Here we go. Let's resume. Man, that's out. That's straight up. Oh shit! You know what I didn't do? I'm just remembering. Oh, I did do. I'm fine. I did it. Ah. Yay! Head pats. I did do head pats. Hyper Metallics. Hello. If the clothes still don't dry, well, yeah, there might. Yeah. If they're not done, then you gotta be like, yeah, you baby. Okay. I'm in jail. Never thought I'd spend another night in here again. And they stripped me of all the evidence we'd so painstakingly gathered. Even if they did let me keep Kei's Yatagarasu chip, I can't help but worry about her. They'd better be treating her well. The murderer, it was me! She has amnesia. She doesn't know. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along. I'm the murderer. I'm the murderer. Yeah, do it, Star. Oh, yeah, let me look. You did it. Phoenix, hello. That is a log. What do you mean? Is this one of the ones you, like, pull out? I guess so. Yeah, no, that's something. Misty, hello. Who did you murder? I didn't murder no one. You can't frame me for this. Come on, let's go. You've got a visitor. A visitor? Who? Someone by the name of Dick Gumshoe. Want me to send him anyway? Send him away? No, though I'm not sure what to even say to him. Why do you not know? You're a cop. Why don't you know Gumshoe? Wait there. They're leaving me unsupervised. Forgive the intrusion. Oh, it's her. Judge Gavelle. Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat. What the hell are you gonna do? He's not sitting. There's no... they just lowered his sprite. It looks so silly. Somebody plays Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna tell you you're right when you say the design is flawed. It was never meant to be an actual card game. It's supposed to be a parody, which appeared for a few chapters in the manga. But the idea got too popular. It's just, like, crazy. Because, like, it's been out almost as long as... Well, I don't know how... not as... Well, Magic came out in 93. I don't know when Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out after Pokemon. G-Mama, hello! But Pokemon came out in, like, 96? Something like that. Maybe. So I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out right out. I remember being, like, very, like, I don't know! Fuck Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, like, I just was like, oh, it's a Pokemon clone. And I was loyal to Pokemon because that's how the world works. He's getting his glute stretch. He's just having a little exercise. 26? What's the year on that? 26? That's... That can't be right. A pair of D's nuts? Come on now. 96? Okay, yeah. That's about right. 25 years ago. 96. Okay, yeah. It was like right around when Pokemon was becoming popular. Okay. And they've had 26 years to make the game good, and they haven't done that. What are you doing here? I was told it would be Detective Gumshoe. I imagined you wouldn't come if you knew it was me. What could she possibly want from me now? I suppose I'd better find out. Interrogator! You may not be aware of this, but you are only permitted to meet with specially approved visitors. So I'm to be treated like a dangerous criminal, am I? I suppose my reputation has rather plummeted. It has indeed, for you, of course, and your friends. That attorney and the other girl were raising quite the fuss earlier. Fender and Emma. I saw them launch some extremely heated words at one of the guards. No, you didn't! You may thank the goddess in that regard, for even she is too busy to deal with each and every infraction. They will not be punished. Be punished. Ah, that's the opposite of a punishment. They will not be punished for their bad behavior. Did you come here just to chit-chat with me? You must have a lot of time on your hands. Oh, speaking of which, Miss Von Karma is continuing the investigation where you left off. I just thought you would like to know. I figured you would be worried about how they were all doing. My nose is itchy. I hate to admit it, but she read me like a book. Your motive. Let's cut to the chase, Your Honor. Why are you really here? I'm here simply to talk, nothing more. There is something I wish to know about you. Me? Yes, who else? Objectively speaking, you are highly intelligent and quick-witted. And a born prosecutor at that. Please, Judge Gavelle, your sarcastic praise is but salt on my wounds. All right, Shakespeare, calm down. But I sincerely mean every word, Mr. Edgeworth, and it is why I fail to understand you. Take this latest case, for example. You were up against the very committee itself. You had no hope of succeeding. Even a child could have seen that, and yet... I don't imagine the old me would have ever been so reckless. The old me had power, and because of that, I thought that justice was always on my side. Just as you and the committee believe now. But a certain person changed my mind. He made me reckon with my selfish and skewed sense of justice. And we're dating now. And once the scales had fallen from my eyes, I began to look at people differently. Oh my god, my nose! What are we doing here, nose? Stop it! Ah, excuse me. I'm trying not to, like, cover my mouth too much so that the tracking comes out. Problem is you can't make it good without changing the core fundamentals. It's really problematic at the start since the cards at the time were made with different mechanics in mind. But it got worse and worse as power creep. Not a problem at the start. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm sure there's some way to, like, fix it, but they won't ever do that. Because, like, why? It's the sort of thing where, like, Phoenix, hello. It's the sort of thing where, like, you know, if people are still buying it. It's the same thing with Magic. Like, a lot of people complain about Magic a lot, but, like, they still buy Magic cards all the time. So why would Hasbro and WotC ever do anything different? You know what I mean? Like they listen to money, and that's just it. And people, for whatever reason, people really love Yu-Gi-Oh! Still. And I don't personally get it. It seems sort of wild, like a very wild card game. Even though, like, I don't know, recently, wasn't there, like, a pretty popular online version? I feel like that probably was able to be good because you could limit the sort of number of cards involved. It wasn't just all cards all the time. But I also imagine that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has to have some sort of a standard mode, right? Like just the whatever the newest cards are. Like, not all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, like, Legacy, right? Anyways, I don't know. I saw... Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just so fascinating to me. I saw that I was only able to be an effective prosecutor thanks to the efforts of those around me. Detective Gumshoe, the many investigative officers of the force, and even Kay. It changed me. The degree to which it changed me still surprises me to this day. I see. Thank you. I feel that perhaps I understand you a little better now. I've never enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh! Since my dad threw away my deck in middle school. No! Why he do? I think the appeal of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that there's a lot of different archetypes that appeal to people. I know a friend that got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's an archetype that's VTube streamer. That's, like, crazy to me. I don't know. Just play Y Shorts if you want that kind of experience. I don't know. I don't know. Because he's an asshole? Fair. Valid. Okay. You understand me? I highly doubt it. Someone who is so focused on forcing their idea of justice onto others can't possibly see what I see. Is that so? Is that what you truly believe? I will say one thing. This has been a very interesting conversation, that is all. Before I go, there is one remaining matter. I was asked to inform you that the date of your hearing has been confirmed. It will be held today in the trial chamber. The committee sends its warmest regards. If that is all you had to tell me, you could have just sent a message. And entrust the goddess's words to another? That wouldn't do, now would it? I had fake friends and he threw it all away. No! That's so terrible. Throw the whole dad out. If you're curious, the archetype is called Live Twins. Very good. Until then, Mr. Edgeworth, I'll see you again very shortly. Bye-bye. I'm still terrible. I have a card that says if I ban 3 of my field spells. You're speaking another language. I don't know enough about what that is at all. I like that it's still this, like, it's the same. Oh, hello. Can I order food? There's a menu here on the table. Seems that the detainees are able to pay to have their meals brought to their cells. What looks good? Spaghetti and mac and cheese lunch. Add linguine for only $1. Basmati and brown rice special for a limited time only. Add regular white rice at no extra cost. Probably for the best that I'm not very hungry. What about the toilet? Are you hungry for doo-doo? There's a note on the wall next to the toilet. Sorry, we are currently out of toilet paper! Please make the necessary mental preparations before using the toilet. What sort of mental preparations can one even make? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, this is the cell with a big hole in it. Very basic bed. I can't say it was very comfortable to sleep on, however. I imagine Detective Gumshoe would sleep soundly on it nevertheless, snoring loudly all the while. No, I know it's Yu-Gi-Oh! I understand that it's Yu-Gi-Oh! But I'm just saying that every mechanic you just said, I'm just like, huh? But I don't have any regrets about the bed I've made. I will follow my own path till the end. At last, the Kitsune. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew crew. How are you? What do I need to look at to... What needs to happen? There's a poster in the corridor outside. We regret to announce that due to the Warden's arrest, the Die of Destiny game will be discontinued. Inmates will no longer need to roll a die every morning to determine their meals for the day. We wholeheartedly apologize to those who were looking forward to the daily casting of the die. Did anyone really need an apology for the cessation of such a ridiculous idea in the first place? Okay. I looked at enough things. Do I have another visitor? Oh, it's him! Okay. Oh, thank goodness you seem alright. That's a load off my mind. Ah, such a heartwarming scene. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Blech. He's nothing if not consistent. But you're still not to your usual cheery... I mean, you have to stay positive, Kay. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, I guarantee you didn't.
No, you have to let it go. I'm the murderer. I know that now.
But you're not. You can't be. Why don't you have any faith in yourself?
How can I, Mr. Edgeworth, when there is no me left to believe in?
None at all. I don't think that's true. Before you lost your memory, we spent quite a bit of time together. And I dare say you left quite the impression on me. So you see, Darman, alright, there's plenty of you left. That's why I believe so much in your innocence, and why you should believe in yourself, too.
Thank you. But I can't. It would just cause more pain for the both of us. Please, you have to forget her. Forget that, Kay. She's gone.
Okay, no! Why? You remind me of my younger self, you know. So noble, so bold. This is the justice you and the committee stand for. Justice? I suppose you could call it that. What is he up to? Why is he going to such lengths to control everything? I can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong here. Is there some hidden agenda at play? Edgeworth, are you an idiot? Obviously, these people are doing the crime evidence smuggling. Like, what do you mean? This is no time to second guess myself. If I'm going to find out what it is, it's now or never. Well then, my boy, I suppose I should be... Wait. Yeah! Why is the chairman so intent on seeing Kay charged with this murder? It doesn't make any sense. Twilight Zone moment, yeah. Except, like, it's, I mean, I feel that we are watching the collapse of a nation, personally. So, like, get your camera phones out to record the literal and metaphorical fires that is America. There must be some rhyme or reason to this madness. That's a lot of chess pieces. Come now, Miles, I'm a busy, important man. I can't be wasting my precious time talking to you. The way out of our current position is through Chairman Winner. There's so much to ask and so little time. Let's start by trying to find out why he rushed to have Kay arrested so quickly. I can't just let this happen. I'm getting answers if it's the last thing I do.
Mind chess!
Why the rush? Why were you so keen to push through Kay's arrest? I've yet to hear a satisfactory explanation. An explanation? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Don't give me that. You know exactly what I mean. Tut tut. I advise you to moderate your tone, dear boy. Need I remind you of your position? Why he lighting fires? Bide my time. Let's suppose we did let your friend go free. What then, What do you mean, what then? Think how that would look, my boy, and who would have to take the blame? Me, that's who. Bide my time. When he's lighting his lighter, I guess. You're right to keep your mouth shut. That way you won't say anything foolish. Sorry, but I can't stay silent forever. Not when Kay's innocence is still in doubt. Ah, you're breaking my heart. Oh, just look at this flood of tears spilling out. Please, just leave it alone, will you? Things were coming along nicely until you interfered. Coming along nicely. Coming along nicely? That's a pretty strange way of putting it. You got Meowmer Space Station ready to accept others? Yeah, American refugees, absolutely. Everybody come to space. We got an America. It's America size. Coincidentally enough. It's a pretty big space station. It's almost as much. Is it? I need to do a little bit of. I feel a little rubber mouth. Red leather, yellow leather, baby. It's almost as if you wanted Kay's arrest to happen. It certainly doesn't sound like the statement of an impartial representative of the law. Arr! You think so? Well, that wasn't my intention. Has it occurred to you that you might just be overthinking things a little? Chairman Winner certainly knows how to dodge a question, but it doesn't change the fact that serious doubts remain concerning Kay's arrest. Next, we'll need to press him on whether he really believes the investigation was sufficient. We can't allow any of his statements to go unexamined, no matter how trivial they may seem. One of them may just give us the breakthrough we need. How much time do you spend investigating? How much time was spent on your investigation altogether?
I don't know. How would I know that?
Well, now, let's see. You know what? I'm not sure I can remember. And I'm sure you can. You won't bluster your way out of this one. It's not bluster, my boy. I honestly don't recall. It's a problem when you get to my age, see.
What age? You don't have a single gray.
Why, I even forget my own son's name sometimes. Never mind your fool of a son. Answer me. How long did you spend on the investigation?
You're right, of course. But the boy's a fool. I never meant for him to grow up like that, but... Oh, what was me?
He's only too happy to derail the conversation no matter where I take it. I have to force him to take this seriously. Let's try the tact for now. You were calling the shots, huh? You could hardly say your investigation was sufficient. And you're the one who called the shots, weren't you, including the decision to have Kay arrested? Ho, ho, ho! I'm afraid I'm nowhere near as influential as you think, my dear boy. You're the chairman of the committee. It doesn't get more influential than that. Not that I care about such things. You wound me. It's enough to drive an old man to tears. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not the deferential type. Well, if you're going to insist on being so blunt, then I'm afraid you won't be seeing your prosecutor's badge again anytime soon. I don't need that badge anyway. Let me make something clear once and for all. That badge isn't the be-all, end-all for me. Far from it. I'm not concerned with titles or roles. Even you must understand that much. Rawr! So young, so very young. A word of advice, Miles, from someone who's been around the block. You're hopelessly naive, my boy. Idiotically so. Well, that certainly got under his skin. He might be less guarded in his answers while he's in this state. Now's my chance. Maybe this again. Much time was spent on you. Okay, so... But my patience has its limits, you know. What a coincidence. So does mine. Did he... Wait. Oh, he said you really don't give up, do you? But so does mine. Now answer the question. Do you believe that your investigation was sufficient or not? Ah, the youth these days are wont to be reckless. Makes me want to put you in your place. You're going to regret that, my boy. What is that? I'm putting you in your place? I've got you now. No. That wasn't it.
Shit!
Curses.
No!
Can't just let this happen. Okay, hold on. Burn it. Burn. Burn, baby, burn. I'd like to see you try. Nope. I really gotta bide my time again? Fiddle faddle. Okay. Alright. Okay. Sounds good. I can do that. Hurry. Burn it quicker. Bide my time. Well, well, maybe you do know your place after all. What's the matter? Scared? Oh, ho, ho. Hardly. I was just thinking about how best to proceed. Getting answers from the elderly requires sensitivity. They can get quite emotional after all. You have no common sense whatsoever, do you? Do you understand your fate rests in my hands? Maybe buy it again? Let's say you do manage to get some answers from me. There's nothing you can do with them, so why not give it up, my dear boy? No. And why not? It's simple, because I'm not about to let the truth escape me. Interesting. I think I'm beginning to see what makes you tick. But what you're doing is pointless, tragically. Miserably pointless. Please, just give up. Oh. She's guilty. The decision has been made. The decision has been made? There it is. Once again, your choice of words intrigues me. It's almost as if Kay's guilt had already been determined from before her arrest. The fluffy beard, also, I'm pretty sure that's unsafe. To have a lighter? I mean, a lighter close to you is fine. But don't light your beard on fire or whatever. What are you trying to imply? that you have planned to have her arrested. There it is. I'm implying that things haven't gone as they normally should. In fact, everything has proceeded as if Kay's arrest was the end goal right from the very start. Well, Chairman Winnow, was it? Arr! Hell yeah. That's certainly an intriguing theory. But it's also a complete work of fiction, and I'm afraid I don't have time for such flights of fancy. I think it's time we brought this shabby little farce to an end, don't you? No, he's trying to make his escape. We must confirm the legality of Kay's arrest before he slips away. Yeah. Stay right here in Mind Chess Palace land. It's faint, but the truth is finally beginning to emerge. And I'm not about to let this opportunity pass me by. I still have a question. Wait, we're not done yet. I'm tired of all this talking, so make it brief, will you? What grounds did you have? Based on everything I've heard from you so far, it's clear that Kay's arrest was entirely unfounded. Yes, I think we're all familiar with this particular refrain of yours by now. But I'm afraid it doesn't matter either way. You don't have what it takes to secure her release anyhow. How dare you take this so lightly as a man of the law? My, aren't you a rude little boy? But my fuse is only so long. Bide my time. Honestly speaking, I don't have the time to waste on every last question you can dream up. I have certain responsibilities to attend to, you know. I really am quite the busy man. Or are you just pretending to be busy? That's an awful thing to say to a fragile old man. I work harder than I should at my age. I ask you, my boy, what could I even hope to accomplish by putting up such a pretense? You're hoping to avoid talking about the case. You obviously don't want to talk about the case anymore. That's why you're so keen to get out of this conversation, isn't it? It's just so tragic, it really is, that you would suspect me of all things. It's not a suspicion, it's a certainty. There were no clear grounds on which to base Kay's arrest for a start. Now, my boy, let's not get carried away. There was plenty of evidence to support our case. The mask, the letter, the corsage, these are all things in her possession. And, of course, her confession. More than enough to prove her guilt, I'd say. But those are what? What's the matter? Struggling to come up with a way to explain everything away? Bide my time. Whenever he's flicking his lighter. Well, there you have it. Your silence speaks volumes. It's true I can't counter your argument right now, but you did let something valuable slip. A suspiciously detailed knowledge of the evidence against Kay. He rattled off that list like he knew it inside out. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Kay's innocent. Mountain Canadian, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew crew. What are the mountains like? Is Canada cool? Canada was like, hey, maybe we could absorb California and Seattle and Oregon. And I was like, hell yeah, take us away, please. How does that, what's that like? Do you have anything to do with that? Have you ever gotten a welcome as such as this? Take us away! Yeah. It sucks here. Kay is innocent. No, my boy. That's just clumsy. Anyone can blurt out a baseless assertion like that, even a disgraced superstar prosecutor. Well, okay, I still have questions. It's not any better here. I think it's a little. Y'all got health care. It's a little better there. We're not done yet. Okay, so maybe what grounds did you have? Oh no, I just asked that. Oh shit. Who gave the order? Who gave the order? Who decided that Kay should be arrested? Yeah, but G-Mama, the Orange Man is not the be-all, end-all. The entire government is corrupt and terrible. It's, you know what I mean? He's certainly the worst of it, but every one of them is terrible. You know, I can't seem to remember. Don't ever get old, Miles, my boy. It wreaks havoc on the memory. Time to deploy my clue. You remembered all the evidence pretty well. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop playing the old man card. You remembered all the details of the evidence against Kay pretty clearly. Perhaps if your memory didn't fail you only when it was convenient, I'd be more inclined to believe you. Arr! So let me ask you again, who gave the order for Kay's arrest? You're a sharp one, I'll give you that. My son can learn a thing or two from you. If he wasn't such an incurable numbskull, that is. It's a tragedy, really. I don't want to hear about your son. I want to know who authorized the arrest. You're very mean, you know that, don't you?
Oh.
The arrest, you say? I believe the order was given by... you, of course. Come now, Chairman Winner. We both know it was you.
Arr!
All right, you got me. You make it sound like it was somehow a bad thing, though. But I have a reputation to uphold, so I guess I'd better clear up this little misunderstanding. I'll entertain your questions for a few more minutes. Let's see if I can't put your mind at ease. The key thing to do now is to establish how intimately he knows the details of the case. I just have to ask the right questions.
Give me all my brain health back.
The end game is at hand, but a few moves away from the truth. Tell me what you know about Kay. The suspect, Kay Faraday. How much do you know about her exactly? I know that she's the suspect. Aside from that, not much else. Cross my heart, but it's true. Okay. Not that. You seem to know the case in quite some detail. I know about lots of things, my boy. I'm just smart like that. Too bad the same can't be said about the way you handled Kay's arrest.
Yeah, light it. Whatever. Do your worst.
Bide my time. I'm a very busy man. Do try to remember that I can bring this little chat to an end whenever I so choose. It's only taking so long because you won't give me a straight answer to any of my questions. If only you'd stop giving me the runaround, we'd be done already. So let's try this again. You seem to know the details of the case quite intimately. Why is that? Because I read the case file. Not exactly the most thrilling use of my time, of course, but it's part of the job.
Have to be a good role model. I can't be seen to be slacking. It can be so hard.
But I had some time on my hands, so I read the whole thing from cover to cover.
But you keep saying how busy you are.
That's strange. I could have sworn you just told me you're a very busy man. Yeah. I'd say the cracks are finally starting to show, wouldn't you? If you're so keen on being an upstanding leader, you can start by releasing Kay, you know. You really don't give up, do you?
It's a move inside indeed, my boy.
But a tragic one, too. After all, your efforts are for naught. I'm afraid your little friend was found unconscious near the scene of the crime.
Did you see exactly where she was found?
We have yet to hear much about the circumstances under which Kay was found. She was lying unconscious in the storeroom, correct? Ha ha! That's right, although I'm not at liberty to tell you how I know that. He knows things even we didn't. In fact, he seems to be aware of every tiny detail about this case. This could be a valuable clue.
Tell me what you know about Kay.
The suspect, Kay Faraday. How much do you know about her exactly? I know that she's a suspect. Aside from that, not much else.
Time to deploy my clue. But you know every other detail.
Sorry, but the more you tell me, the less sense your story makes. For one thing, you know details that even those investigating the scene were not aware of. Why is that? Just how much do you really know, Chairman Winner?
Arr!
Oh, there's that intimidating face you like to make again. Well, two can play this game. How do you like me now,
Bide my time. Just chill.
I do have to commend you on your doggedness. It really is something. I'll take that as a compliment. Take it however you like, but wrap this up, will you?
I don't have the stamina anymore. She's the culprit, the only possible suspect. Just accept that already.
How much more evidence?
Did you want us to load her down with?
Great. Load her down with? Yet another interesting turn of phrase. One that makes it sound a lot like the items Kay was carrying might have been foisted upon her.
Alright, bud, you're bad at this. You're so shitty at this.
Impressive, not impressive. You really do pay attention, don't you? It's no wonder they used to call you Prodigy, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. I think you know the answer to your own question by now. Why don't you just go ahead and say it? I want to hear it from you. It's finally time to shed light on the truth. All that's left to play is one last move. Kay is innocent. Kay is innocent! No, my boy.
Wait, what?
Anyone can blur it out. Time to deploy my clue. Except I know it wasn't her. Kay was framed. The true culprit set it all up so she would take the fall instead. That is my answer, and I won't let you deny it any longer. Yeah, heck your brain. No, he caught on fire! Oh, he put it out with his tears. Sharky was right. Ho, ho, ho! Ho, 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 ho! My, you really are a sharp one, huh? It's a bit of a shame you chose to hand in your badge. I admit it, you're right on all counts. And that's checkmate. Rawr! My chess! You knew Kay wasn't the real murderer, and yet you still had her arrested. What's worse, you thought you could get away with it. Well, you won't, not if I can help it. There you go with that naivete again, my boy. Now, earlier, naive did not have the double dots, but here it does have the double dots. Yet another translation, or just a typo. Guess that wasn't always... I guess that was all... That was always your problem. With the girl arrested and a conviction secured, this whole mess goes away, and that's what will happen. But though whose interest does a conclusion like that serve? The committee's, I suppose, and mine. Oh, you know, listen to you just now. Well, it really got the tears flowing, I have to say. It was poignant and heartfelt and sincere, and utterly infuriating. Look, I'm not perfect, I know that, but your lack of sophistication in these matters is beyond the pale. You insist that the truth is more important than anything else. But would you say the same if you knew what the real value of the truth is? What are you trying to say? When you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth, you make it, little by little. Kay Faraday, murderer. That's the truth I created. Yeah. Yes, my boy, that's what I like to see. You're so sincere sometimes it's painful. Just makes me want to put you in your place. Knowing the real truth will get you nowhere. Because that's how much it's worth. Nothing. Shocking, I know. But why not go after the real killer? How much do you even know about what really happened? You're still not getting it. That's your truth. And it is worthless. Mine is all that matters. You understand what I'm saying, don't you, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I have all the power here. Curse you. Well, aren't you a medicine? You and your little friend are just as bad as each other. Violent criminals who deserve to be locked up. You'll pay for this. And with that, yet another person disappears from my life. Oh, it just makes me want to cry and cry and cry. All right. How many tears? Like, I feel like he should shrivel up like a raisin with that amount of dehydration. I'm not planning to disappear just yet, Chairman Winner. There's still the hearing later today. Just you wait. One way or another, I'll prove Kay's innocence to the world then. Look at all these stupid assholes. Hello? Who's missing? Oh, yeah, she's dead. She's the dead one. All these characters that won't have an important speaking role. Like, come on. This is so this game is not lazy usually, but like, who are the main characters here? Oh, is it the 8 people in judges' robes? Or is it everyone else that... Oh, my God. Hydrate, you got it, baby. All right. Hell yeah. 10 members, over a majority are present. I hereby call this hearing to order. We are gathered here today to assess the professional competency of Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Here in the sight of the goddess, we do solemnly swear to pass fair and frank judgment. Fair and frank? Don't make me laugh. Verity, if you would be so kind as to summarize the case against Mr. Edgeworth. Guy number 2 is clearly going to key the key to this whole case. It's true. On April 5th, despite having been advised of the illegality of an investigation he was conducting, the accused refused to desist and eventually had to be detained by myself and Chairman Winner. His actions compromised the investigation into the murder of a certain defense attorney. And despite having been presented with copious evidence of her guilt, he continues to insist that the suspect, 1K Faraday, is innocent of all charges. Perhaps you could explain the details of the murder to us as well. Of course. On the morning of the 5th, the body of the victim was found here in the committee chamber. Further explanation will be provided by... My Eustace Winner, Premier Prosecutor! The floor is yours, Mr. Winner. The murder itself happened late on the night of the 4th. The victim was Miss Rosie Ringer. Oh. What? What? Why is the blue badger mask so little? Oh, that's quite good. That same night, an illicit auction was being held here in this very room. Ringer took part in that auction, I think, yeah. There's our badger. I love, man, there's a blue badger plush, and I guess it plays the song, and I want it very much. I want the blue badger plush very, very much. I didn't do it. I say that, but I did literally zero research on where I would even obtain one. So there is that, but it might be Japanese only as part of it. But I want it. Meaning that the murder took place sometime during the auction. When she was found, Ringer was dressed in an outfit that matched the description of the auctioneers. However, due to the fact that the auction carried on after the murder had occurred, I deduce, that Ringer was not in fact the auctioneer. You deduce nothing of the sort. Yeah. And what about the basis on which the suspect was detained, Mr. Winner? Yeah, I got this. So Faraday was overcome by crushing remorse, Eustace. Yeah, that. Tons of crushing remorse. So she confessed. According to her confession, she was on the roof of this building when she encountered a person in a red raincoat on the viewing platform. And that person was Miss Ringer, I take it. Alex, what's your favorite crime? Precisely, Mr. Chairman. The killer dressed the victim in an auctioneer's outfit after the fact. But at the time when she was killed, Miss Ringer was wearing a red raincoat. And who won the race to find that raincoat nearby? Me, that's who! Did you... I thought it was somebody from forensics. Strictly speaking, it was found by... It was found by one of the forensics investigators under Mr. Winner's command. Links are turned off, but if you... Oh, it is on Fangamer? Oh, hell yeah. I don't have links in chat just to deal with spam, but, if you feel like it. Oh, wait. Is this not working? Ah, beams. Hold on. This isn't working. Hold on one sec. Now will it work? Yes. Okay, hell yeah. There's a Discord link, but also check out my Let's Play channel with Cozy Cat Girl. We recently passed 1,600 subs, and we are just climbing, baby. Hell yeah. Thank you. I didn't realize it was already following. Hell yeah! Ah! What? No turkey? Chimo. I knew it. The blood analysis on the coat showed that it was indeed Miss Ringer who had worn it, and the suspect's confession was a final nail in the coffin. She confirmed having committed the murder. I've never seen a single YouTube video. You have no proof. None of them. So as you can see, Kate Faraday was the killer. There's no way anybody else could have done it. All right, Miles, I expect you have some objections. Let's get them out of the way, shall we? I have no objections, Chairman Winner. Well, now, is that so? I thought it would have taken more than a single night in detention to break it. No objections in the matter of my unauthorized investigation, that is. But in the matter of Miss Faraday's supposed guilt, I have plenty. I can personally attest to the fact that Mr. Winner's investigation was fair and impartial. Yeah, he's got... Rose, hello, he's got a beard for days. Yeah, of course it was. When it comes to carefully conducted ops, I'm the winner every time. You know, Miles, it's within my power to offer you a plea deal of sorts. If, and this is purely hypothetical, of course, you were to withdraw your objections, you might wake up tomorrow to find yourself the proud owner of a seat on this committee. What the hell? What an offer. So I ask you again, do you have any objections, Mr. Edgeworth? If you think you can buy my silence, think again. You will watch your mouth. Only if the chairman watches his. I didn't come here to talk about committee seats. I came here to talk about the murder case. I demand a statement under oath, and I won't rest until I have one. I want to know exactly what the committee's view on the incident is. You want to put us on trial, my boy? Very well. If it'll make you happy. Verity, please provide Mr. Edgeworth with the materials pertaining to the case. Really? But, sir... This'll be his last hurrah, so let's humor him with the send-off he desires. Miles needs truth no matter what. It's true. It's the true truth. If you say so, Mr. Chairman. Evidence data received from the judge. You have no objections to Verity representing the committee, I assume? None whatsoever.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth.
Don't worry, Kay. Everything will be fine. You'll see. Yeah! Heck you! Miss Ringer attended the auction as a potential buyer. The red raincoat was one of the items up for sale. So our assumption is that after winning and paying for it, she left the auction with her purchase. The only exit from the storeroom was, of course, the hatch leading up onto the roof. After she'd emerged into the viewing platform, that's when Miss Ringer was attacked by Miss Faraday. Shortly thereafter, her flame went out, and thus concludes the committee's view of the case. Her flame went out? Just like she died? The raincoat was on offer that night. Is that really true? We believe so, yes. Oh, I guess that would track with why this mannequin is nude. I suppose. I'm still, I don't have this case figured out, like, at all. I don't even have a theory on what, you know what I mean? It's crazy. We believe so, yes. You remember the failed assassination attempt on the president of Zhengfa, I assume. The raincoat is a piece of evidence from that case. It should have... Oh, is it that? Oh, I guess that's right. It should have, of course, remained safely under lock and key in the appropriate facility. But our inquiries reveal that it did in fact go missing under mysterious circumstances, and wound up in the auction along with everything else. That makes sense, I suppose. Wonderful work, Verity, just wonderful. Crystal clear as ever. You flatter me, sir. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you could save us all some time and simply admit defeat. I'll do no such thing, thank you very much. Very well, it's good to know that you still have some fight in you. You got the new laptop on the way? Hell yeah! That's exciting. It is, why? Come to think of it, she said some strange things when she visited me this morning, too. What exactly is she up to? I don't know. Let's just start pressing. I'm not sure. Ms. Ringer attended the auction as a potential buyer.
Hold it! Hold it!
In other words, a member of the committee was actively involved in the illegal evidence trade. It is unfortunate. I don't know what else to say. And of course, we'll be looking into any such activities just as soon as this hearing is over and done with. I commend your decision to pursue the matter further, Mr. Chairman. Oh, don't be silly, Verity. It's the least we can do, really. Not that it's any of your business, Miles, not anymore. If only you'd remained a prosecutor. Oh, but you didn't. Now, if we're quite done making an old man cry over this whole sad affair. Very well, allow me to continue. Red raincoat was one of the items up for sale.
Hold it!
So the raincoat was really one of the auction lots? I almost got confused. That's correct. I believe it originally belonged to Mr. Shelley the Killer. Man, I hope he shows up later. He showed up in the beginning of this game, and we haven't seen him since. Considering its status as a piece of evidence, it's the only logical conclusion. It's from when he made his attempt on the president's life. There was an unexplainable mannequin standing amongst the other items for sale. It could well have been used to display the coat prior to the auction. Do we know how the items were being smuggled in? That is still under investigation, and is entirely unrelated to the matter at hand. Especially considering that you will soon officially be a prosecutor no longer, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like the outcome of this hearing is a foregone conclusion. No surprises there. My personal circumstances aren't important right now. Please continue, Your Honor. As I was saying, the raincoat was one of the items up for sale. So our assumption is that after winning and paying for it, she left the auction with her purchase.
Hold it!
Hold it! Why did she leave so soon after making her purchase? Because of the auction house rules. Winning bidders are expected to pay for their items immediately. Ms. Hart told us pretty much the same thing. Yeah, Ms. Hart's also in this courtroom. Ms. Ringer, having paid for the raincoat, probably left immediately afterwards in accordance with the rules. The only exit from the storeroom was, of course, the hatch leading up to the roof.
Hold it!
Ms. Ringer was a member of the committee. Could she not have left the committee chamber via the main door? While the auction was still underway, that would risk exposing its existence to those outside the trusted circle of attendees. Given that Ms. Hart found out about it, I think its existence is already well and exposed. The rules of the auction stated that attendees were to enter and leave via the hatch in the roof. Miss Ringer had no reason not to follow those rules. And given where the murder took place, we know that she must have done so. After she emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Miss Ringer was attacked by Miss Faraday.
Hold it!
But why? What possible motive could Kay have had? That is exactly what we are hoping to establish in our upcoming interviews with Miss Faraday. Coercive interrogation after the fact, something you seem to specialize in. If the murderer knew that the attendees would all be leaving via the hatch, then the roof would have been the perfect place to lie in wait. So as I was saying, after she'd emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Miss Ringer was attacked. But like, after she emerged, well, so this isn't correct.
Hold it!
Oops, nah, shit. No, dang-a-lang it. I don't know why I always do that. I always press the wrong button when I'm trying to present evidence. Okay, so... like, what specifically... I mean, that doesn't make a lick of sense. Because... worn by the victim, whose fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. I mean, like, I don't know what specific evidence.
Objection!
That'll do. Isn't the hatch lower than the plate? Yeah, it's one floor below, but, like, I feel like we have quite a lot of evidence that sort of disprove that, but I didn't know what they wanted. Maybe you can clear something up for me, Judge Cavell. But what is Miss Hart doing here at this hearing? Oh, yeah. She is an eyewitness. I thought it would be obvious.
Well, now, I ain't really an eyewitness, more of an air witness, I guess.
She's not exactly the most confidence-inspiring choice to help make your case, is she? I like to think I'd choose my allies a little more carefully than you, Mr. Edgeworth. Taking the car, hell yeah! Then you should question them more thoroughly, because there's something she hasn't told you. Take a look at this. It's a photo... oh, maybe they haven't seen this photo. It's a photo taken by Miss Hart. Yes, in the storeroom, correct? What of it? According to your theory, the murder occurred up on the roof. But according to Miss Hart's testimony, she happened to witness the entire incident unfold in the storeroom, just before she took this picture.
Well, wait! You're saying Cavell got it...
Wrong. That's exactly what I'm saying.
What?
Ms. Hart, if I may confirm your account of the events you witnessed that night. You saw the person in the picture, correct?
I shot it, clear as day, and with my own two eyes, Cavell.
And what were your impressions at that point?
My impressions? Well, this right here's the scoop of the century, something like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
I was hoping more from your impressions of the person in question.
Oh, well, that there's a walking meal ticket?
Seriously?
Just my little joke. Don't need to look at me like I done sat on your lunch. Old red raincoat, right? Why, I took one look and I thought, that's a perp right there.
And therein lies the rub. For Miss Hart to have thought such a thing means that the murder occurred. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, when will you learn to use your words? If it's an explanation for the facts that you require, you need only ask, you know. What do you mean? I assume you're about to raise the issue of the voices Miss Hart heard, voices that may be unrelated.
Objection!
Nope, there's blood on her hand. Unrelated? You could do better than that. Was one of the voices Miss Hart really even Miss Ringer's? Miss Hart heard.
You're kidding me, right? Them folks are talking crime-related turkey, or my name ain't Lotta Danged Hart.
The outside is misleading. It's sunny and beautiful. Like outside, it's really cold today. Over here too. Ah, but did you hear them clearly?
Well, can't really say for sure, but... God, I can't really say nothing, and you know it. They was using voice changers. I done told y'all that.
Precisely. Miss Hart heard voices, but those voices were disguised. But when the fate of the case relies on the testimony of the silliest character, which means we cannot even be certain that whatever she did over here had anything to do with the murder. You don't need to yell objection in order to sigh at me, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems I overestimated you, Judge Cavell. Nonsense! Verity's the best of us, my boy, the very best! And yet she believes that what Miss Hart heard might not have anything... And Yet she believes that what Ms. Hart heard might not have had anything to do with the murder. Even supposing that that's the case, it doesn't prove the murder didn't happen in the storeroom. The incident happened before the victim was able to go up on the roof. That much we can say for certain. And I can tell you why. Yeah, I mean, there's fucking blood on their hand. Like, I shouldn't have to do... Miles Edgeworth shouldn't have to do this. We initially thought that the person in the red raincoat was the culprit.
Yes, because Miss Hart had said as much.
Indeed, she told us about the blood she saw on this person's hand. I doubt many people would have thought differently given her testimony. Ergo, if this person is the killer, then the blood we see would be from when they attacked the victim. But knowing what we know now, that this person is in fact the victim, it recontextualizes everything. The presence of the blood still shows that the picture was taken after the attack, but now it tells us something very important about the victim too. This picture tells us that the victim survived the attack. There's no doubt in my mind that the victim was attacked in the storeroom. But here we have photographic evidence of her standing upright and alive, albeit with a bloody hand. This can only mean that Ms. Ringer survived the attack. The blood on her hand is from the wound she had sustained.
What are you talking about? Who dies from a hand wound?
The wound wasn't on her hand, Mr. Winner. I imagine she had used her hand to try and staunch a wound. Oops. That's right. While it's impossible to tell from this angle, the victim is already mortally wounded here. Oh! Well, that would certainly change things, wouldn't it? It very much would, not least by making it absurd to suggest that Kay was the attacker. Her encounter with the victim happened after this picture had been taken, after the victim had already been attacked and was in critical condition. I put it to you that all Kay witnessed was the victim finally succumbing to her wounds.
Well, that would have been quite the coincidence.
It's a textbook case of wrong place, wrong time, I'd say.
You seem to be forgetting a rather important fact, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, that or pretending not to remember it. What? What fact am I forgetting? I think it's time to wrap things up, don't you, Verity? Put the boy out of his misery.
Dad, that works for me. Why do you keep giving her orders? That's my job.
You really are a total and utter embarrassment. Wow, he's so mean. Like, he sucks, but like, I don't know.
I'm not.
I hate to break it to you, but you both are.
Go to it, Gavel. Put Edgeworth out of his misery.
As you wish. Okay, hit me. Hit me with your best plot.
Ms. Ringer's body was found with 3 wounds in its chest, and we all know what those wounds are from, don't we? That's right, they're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabrum. I doubt anyone could survive such grave wounds. If you care to read the coroner's report, I'm sure you would change your tune. Nicely done, Gavel. Now Edgeworth will have to
make several objections. Yes, I'm afraid I will.
Why? Weren't you listening?
Oh, I was listening very carefully, in fact, hence my objections.
Come on, why do you always have to undermine me?
That's never my intention, I assure you.
It isn't?
Because you do it so well to yourself every single time already.
Of course it isn't. Yeah, I do that. Because I'm...
Please, Eustace, just stop, for goodness sake. You've already embarrassed me enough.
Huh? Well, what do you mean, Dad?
He's just doing his best. But his best is not very good. Okay, so... do we have the autopsy report? I don't think we do we? Cause she had a stab wound. Head injury sustained post-mortem. But, like... prominent burn marks on the back of the victim's hand. Is Hilda Hertz compromised? Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Okay, so this is her bloody hand, right? Which maybe she sustained the head wound first. What is Eustace's job? He's a prosecutor. Bro's getting roasted. Like, he just is a prosecutor, but he, you know, I feel like for the first bunch of the game we were like, all right, what do you fucking mean? But God, I don't know. This, I'm like, no, I mean, like, that's probably enough to kill you. I was like, that don't look very long, but maybe that's enough. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, so this is her. If she's got like a head wound now. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, well, okay, let me just press this. How about?
Hold it!
3 wounds that can't have been pleasant.
Yes.
Wait, oh. Shit. No, let me,
Which is why we must see that the perpetrator of this cruel act pays for their sins.
Don't listen to her, Kay. She's just trying to scare you. If we could please continue on, Judge Cavell.
Very well, as I was saying, there were 3 wounds. And we all know what those wounds are from, don't we?
Hold it!
The candelabrum.
I do, but perhaps we should ask Mr. Winner.
He does, I'm sure, don't you, Eustace?
Who, me? Oh, you bet I do. I know this case inside out.
Who does he think he's fooling? Eustace, my boy, make an old man happy and at least glance at the coroner's report. Do we have that?
Sure, let's see. Yada, yada, 3 puncture wounds, blah, blah, candle holder. No way, that's what they used? Crazy.
Oh my god.
Ahem, precisely. The wounds were inflicted just as Eustace says. That's right, they're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabra.
Hold it!
And you're sure the stabs to the chest were the cause of death? There's no doubt about that.
None. One of the spikes of the candelabrum even pierced the victim's heart. And unless you mean to call Dr. Hertz's professional opinion into question, we can only treat that as fact.
Yeah, I guess we met her, so...
The coroner's opinion backing up my own winning ones. Now that's what I call a flawless victory.
Well, I'm certainly not about to ignore the coroner's findings.
Hey, what about my findings? You can't just ignore them.
But if the cause of death really was the puncture wounds to the chest from the candelabra, that would seem to contradict one of the pieces of evidence we've gathered.
He's not just ignoring my findings, he's ignoring me! Do something about!
As you wish, at the very least, I will ensure that he cannot ignore my own conclusions.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. So, well, she wasn't wearing the right clothes.
Objection!
That's not it. Okay, hold on. I feel like I understand what I need, but I don't want to be sitting here guessing for a million years. Oh, baby, baby, ooh, ooh, baby, baby. Okay. Oh, this is, gosh dang it. I did this last time. I opened up, I googled the wrong game. And I'm like, case 4, and it's like, oh, this is anything familiar. Okay, here we go. Alright. Okay. Alright, okay. Alright. I need to keep pressing. That's the answer.
Oogie.
Care to read the coroner's report? I'm sure it will change your tune.
Hold it!
Yeah, I don't have that, actually. Cause of death is a set of 3 puncture wounds on the left side of the chest inflicted by a candle holder. I asked about Eustace's job title because if he was the director of some kind, explain the stupid conductor baton and his little handbox thing he does. He's acting like the wrong kind of director. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know, like, what he thinks he's doing, you know?
Well done for reading, Mr. Edgeworth. That report forms the basis of my own conclusions.
In other words, if I disprove what it says, I disprove your conclusions, too.
You have the strangest sense of humor, but I wouldn't mind seeing you try. However, before you do, I would advise you to read that report very carefully, After all, I am not interested in your opinions, only on solidly grounded deductions.
Very well, then you shall have my deductions.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Don't worry, Kay. Everything will be all right. I need to find something to prove that the victim was still alive and breathing immediately after the attack. If I can't, Kay's fate will be sealed. Okay. Yeah. Wait, is this wrong? Maybe I was wrong. Oh, okay.
Hold it!
I see.
Gosh dang it, I did it again! No!
Hecky decky doodle. I want present information. Evidence. I guess, so I presented this, and I was on the right track, but I guess... Oh, of course, because this doesn't have any gosh dang stab wounds in it.
Objection!
There we go. That's the ticket. Chairman Winner, you know what this is, of course. A red raincoat. That's right, isn't it, Verity?
Yes, sir, the one Miss Ringer was wearing. I warn you, Mr. Edgeworth, you will not be thanked for retreading old grounds here.
Well, I'm afraid I might have to regardless. Now then, if you'll answer me this, Judge Cavell. You told us that the victim's bloodstains were found on the coat. But do you remember where exactly they were found?
Of course, they were found on the hood and... No!
What's the matter, Verity? The hood and was blood found anywhere else on the raincoat?
No, it was not.
Doesn't that strike you as odd? The victim died of stab wounds to the chest. Wouldn't that lead one to expect to find blood stains in that area? And yet, there was blood only on the hood. Yeah, the wound was... the head wound was first. That's a glaring contradiction if I ever saw one. The head wound the victim suffered wasn't just some incidental injury. It was inflicted before the stab wounds to her chest.
Perhaps you are correct. Perhaps the victim did sustain the head injury first. As you said, if she had been stabbed first, there should be blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, Ms. Ringer cannot have been stabbed before the head injury had been inflicted upon her. But even if we concede this point, that the head injury came before the chest wound, what difference would it make? How does it change our understanding of the case? All the way.
I'd say it changes things a great deal. In fact, it raises an even more fundamental contradiction.
That is quite the bold claim, Mr. Edgeworth. I have to admit, you have me intrigued. Perhaps you could show us this fundamental contradiction. With some evidence.
What? That's crazy. Which piece of evidence contradicts the order of the injuries? Well, I mean...
Take that!
Because this says it was the other way around. This is Dr. Hurt's preliminary findings. According to which, the victim suffered a head injury post-mortem.
But the order suggested by the bloodstains on the raincoat is...
exactly the opposite. Yes.
Bailiff, this court hereby subpoenas Dr. Hilda Hertz to the committee chamber with all due haste. Until she testifies, this case cannot be brought to a close.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll go fetch her at once.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, Dr. Hertz is a very busy woman. I doubt she will be able to come immediately. In the meantime, there is another important angle I would like to explore. Frankly, something has been bothering me about the person at the heart of this case. The so-called ringleader. Who exactly are they?
Yeah, I got pie. It's definitely the chairman. Like, come on. We never looked into that, huh?
Despite having been mentioned repeatedly in this hearing, we still don't know even the most basic facts that might help us uncover their identity. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any thoughts on the matter?
We've seen nothing that might serve as clear evidence of the auctioneer's identity as of yet. But there is someone involved with the case that I can name. I suspect that at the very least, they might be able to point us in the right direction.
And that's...
Chairman Winner, yeah. I demand that you testify as to what you know.
What? Are you crazy? Why would you accuse my dad?
And would you cast doubt on the integrity... you would cast doubt on the integrity of the chairman of the committee. Do you understand the implications of such an act?
I don't care who or what he is. We're talking about the truth here.
and about a man who seems dead set on framing Kay at all costs.
Rick Seeger, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew Crew. How are you?
The mask, corsage, ticket stub, and everything else, the items Kay was carrying when she was found, they were deliberately placed in her possession somehow, by Chairman Winner himself.
A shocking accusation, and one I find hard to believe, but for the sake of completeness, I must ask, why would he do such a thing?
To cast suspicion on Kay, of course. Why else? I even managed to get him to say something to that effect.
Chairman Winner, your rebuttal, please.
Robbie, hello, good morning. 45 months, oh my goodness. How are you? Welcome, welcome.
I think the good chairman might be in shock.
So what if I did? Did you hear me, dear boy? I said, so what if I did? You say you got me to admit as such, but where's your proof? With no witnesses to speak of, your word alone is hardly enough to make an accusation like that stick. Or do you mean to tell us that you have something more to base your outburst on?
He still has the arrogance he showed back at the detention center, and yet...
Mr. Edgeworth,
You're awake? That's good. That's enough.
I'm going to have to ask you to explain yourself, if that's all right, Mr. Chairman.
Not at all. I'll be very interested to hear this for myself. I'm intrigued to learn where Miles might have gotten the idea that I'm some sort of criminal.
Hydrate, you got it.
Hell yeah. Ugh. Because you'll never find a more fine and upstanding citizen than myself.
He has a lot of nerve acting all innocent like that. Very well, let's start at the very beginning. The fact that the auction took place right here in this hollowed trial chamber is a point of suspicion. A location that should, by all rights, be only accessible to members of the committee.
Yeah, they all have cake eyes in that room after all.
Furthermore, these auctions seem to be held on a somewhat regular basis. And for that to be possible...
There could be only one winning explanation.
That's right, Mr. Winner. And the auctioneer is a member... The auctioneer is a member of the committee.
What? No!
What on earth is wrong now?
What do I do, Dad? I played right into his hands.
Ho, ho, ho! You did indeed, you utter nitwit. But Miles, my boy, you do realize that you've cast quite a wide net with your explanation.
He's so stupid. I really hope that he has a turnabout and sort of joins our side, you know what I mean?
Well, that's true. There are 11 members of the committee altogether. 10, given Ms. Ringer's unfortunate passing. 10 potential suspects in total.
Well, it certainly isn't me. And it can't be the chairman, can it? Whether to speak up right now. Calm down, all of you, please. Well, Miles, is that all the proof you got against me? You're very quiet all of a sudden. But it's too late to back out now.
Got my eye on member number 2. It's probably him. Join the Edge White side.
You accuse the former chief prosecutor and current committee chairman of a crime. I would tell you to prepare for the worst. But there's no preparing for what you're about to face.
Oh my god! Alright, let's come back to his... I'm gonna take a quick bio break and eat like one tortilla chip, perhaps. Listen. If you... Okay, what's this guy? This guy's like... I'm trying to think of a question of the day. I don't know. What's your favorite crime? Question of the day. I'm gonna run a quick ad. I will be back. I won't start the next bit until the ad is over. Come and get a snack, boy. Hell yeah, baby. All right, I love you all. I'll be right at the back. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, hello, subscribers only. Crimes against humanity. Arson. Predictably arson. Double arson. Oh my goodness. My favorite crime is being gay and jaywalking. Hell yeah. I'm a criminal. Close second is borrowing from Hobby Lobby with no intent to return the borrowed items. Also, thank you, Hyper Metallics. I'll check that out later. Yeah, borrowing. I appreciate that. I feel like that's a good crime. It's just like, hey, I don't know. I just forgot to give all those groceries back. You know what I'm saying? Oh! Is that not? No, I think that's correct. Hold on. Hold on. Now just hold on. Because I don't think, I feel like I have noticed that the bot's not doing what it's supposed to be doing today with the follows. So I think, yep, it got shut fucking down. Thank you, Streamlabs. Thank you, Cloudbot. You asshole. No, that was correct, Star. Dollhouse miniatures are my favorite groceries. It's true. Yeah, check out our Let's Play channel. I think it's very funny. And we are 3 weeks ago we were at 400 subs and now we're at 1600. It's crazy. Yeah, you gotta eat Dollhouse miniatures. Yum yum yum. Y'all are a fun bunch. Hell yeah, thank you. Oh man, I'll tell you all, for y'all here. Now it's probably gonna be a minute since we love having you, Rose. Oh my goodness, it's probably gonna be a minute since until we play this game. But yesterday did arrive a brand spanking new, fresh copy of Sonic Frontiers for the Switch. So we're gonna play that. Apparently people seem to feel that the performance is bad on the Switch, which is why it was so inexpensive, perhaps. So we're gonna do it. I thought the consensus, we'll get back to Phoenix right in a sec, but I thought the consensus was, or Miles, I mean, was that Sonic Frontiers wasn't good, but a lot of people were like, no, it was pretty dope, actually. So, I'm curious about it. I'm curious. We got big plans, and I'm so excited about sharing them all with you. Okay, here we go. Calico Critters, oh my goodness. Okay. All right, this is the beginning of the testimony. Skeleton Dollhouse. Yeah. Do it. Okay. You've been forcing us to argue over every little detail for a while now. Big plans. Where the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries, some other things I can hardly even remember. But you needn't have bothered, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. Think about it. The suspect herself has already said she did it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and her sentence will be lighter for it, so rejoice! She's got fucking amnesia, but... Also, I didn't really realize how defined this man's abs were for no reason. Like, what the fuck? Why are they... Why is he so ripped? And there you have it. Feel free to pick holes in it as you see fit. How can I, when that was barely a testimony to begin with? That man, he's a very powerful person, isn't he? Kind of looks like Eggman. Man, Sonic 3, very funny. I really like Sonic 3. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth, please, just let it go. I did it. I'm the murderer. I even remember doing it. You saw a flash of something half-remembered, Kate. Nothing more. You mustn't... If you must believe in something... Believe in me, he's gonna say it. Yeah, believe in me when I say you should believe in your own innocence instead. Guy seems like Mr. America got lost in the Sonic universe. But... I'm up against the head of the committee here. This isn't going to be easy. Yeah, I would say, Star and everybody, my assessment of Sonic 3 is that it's still, at the end of the day, a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, so it's gonna play it safe a little bit in terms of whatever, right? But I feel like a lot of aspects of this movie were dipping their toes into it being straight up an absurdist comedy. And I really appreciate that. I felt the second movie was kind of dog shit. But the first movie was a lot of fun, but it played it like really extra safe. I liked it, but it was just sort of like, okay, yeah, that was good. That's what I can expect from a Sonic movie. But this third movie, they were like, fuck it, we ball, you know? They're just like went crazy. But he seems to think he's already won. Perhaps I can use that against him. Eggman's a good dude, bro. I love him.
He's been forcing us to argue over every little detail for a while. Where every murder happened, the order of victims' injuries, and some other things I can hardly remember.
Hold it!
Fucking we Sonic Ball! I seem to recall the ringleader's identity and the faulty coroner's report being critical points of contention. Yes, I was listening, my boy. Critical is a matter of opinion. How can you possibly suggest that such fundamental issues are not important?
Did I hear that? Which? Oops. Here. Oh. I should have known.
Star Spice!
Oh my god. Yeah, some of those big plans, I tell you what. Let me just, okay, listen, if you all are familiar with the channel, we got, so, our lovely Star Spice here has agreed to, so all the art on our, almost all of the art, except for very minor exceptions, yeah, Fart Spice, that's right. All the thumbnail, like, all our little images are drawn by the lovely, the talented, the very skilled, Star Spice. Hell yeah. Check out Star Spice. Oh! Yeah. Well, I don't know what I was going for there exactly. But we're gonna be updating a lot, basically all of, we're getting new art, and I'm very excited, and, I feel like the thumbnail game will be significantly stepped up because, like, I've been doing a lot with kind of, everything all the art that, you know, has been done for us over the years. But it, you know, it wasn't meant with thumbnails, like, in mind. So I've kind of just been making it work. But now we're going to have, like, dedicated pieces of art that are, like, for thumbnails, you know what I mean? I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Oh, look at that Junimo. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited. So there's a lot of cool shit on the horizons. We're sort of you know, like, we weren't not taking the channel seriously, but, like, we're taking it much more seriously now since stuff is in motion, stuff's starting to work a little bit. And I'm looking forward to the future. Thumbnails you made are so good. Thank you. Oh my god, I feel like I know we're in the middle of a case here, but, like, I feel like I talk a lot about this lately, where cause I work from home now, like, full time. Like, I do content stuff, and I edit for VTubers, and I edit our own stuff, right? And that's just it. So I'm home all the time. And Cozy goes to work and at a place. And so I've just sort of, since we got married, like, become sort of the house husband, so to speak. And I love that, just first and foremost, but also it's sort of like, that means that, like, typically I'm taking care of, like, getting our groceries and stuff. And I feel like, and it's just for the two of us, but, like, I feel like it took a while to, like, get good at that, because I'd buy what I think that we, like, should be eating, or that we could be eating, and then, like, we would, you know, I don't know, we're, like, accidentally, like, wasting food, and I hate wasting food very much. So I got a lot better at it, but I never really considered buying groceries to be a skill, you know what I mean? And similarly, coming back to thumbnails, I've kind of, like, I feel like I can see that I'm getting better at making thumbnails because I'm making 6 thumbnails a week now, you know what I mean? Where I never really thought, you know, I wasn't doing it with the intent of improving, but just the fact that I'm doing it more and more. Like, I put out one, Bloody Skull, man! Why does it smell like Updog here? What is Updog? I made some last night, and I was like, oh, these look really good. And I don't know, I'm just very excited. We got a lot of fun stuff. We got some new series coming out soon. We're kind of, I don't know. I can't say enough good things. I'm so excited. Make 4 more thumbnails for a full hand. I got a whole, yeah. Come on. Not too, it doesn't smell like too much. Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Perhaps it is in your ability to make sound judgments that should be on the trial here today.
Ho, 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 ho! Bravo, my young hothead. Wonderfully cutting stuff.
A full hand of only thumbs. Think about all the things you could pick up. Like those finger guys. Wait, were there big finger enemies? I only watched one Spy Kids once. I want to watch the third Spy Kids that has Steve Buscemi in it, and he's like saying real existential shit.
You do like to try, though, don't you?
Big thumb aliens. Thumb aliens.
But you needn't bother, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. There's no way any of what we've discussed today is irrelevant, not unless you intend to bury the truth. None of it is relevant, dear boy. The only reason you keep trying to make it relevant is because otherwise you're up a creek without a paddle. Think about it. The suspect herself has already said she did it.
Oops. Wait. Sorry.
Suspect herself already said she did it.
Hold it! You sent me the thumbs? Okay, hold on. Let me... Okay. That's not thumb. Oh, God. Wait, I can't, oh, I can. Can I? Yeah, oh, there, oh. Is everything on this state? Okay. Yeah, alright, 3, 2, 1, get ready for a jump scare, everybody. 3, 2, 1, ah! This related GIF is also, kind of scary. This other one? This thumb just screaming, ah! Okay, enough of that. I'm sorry. Yeah, oh yeah, and Star does a lot of the art for the things we're selling in the shop too. It's beautiful, I love it.
They scream.
We got pins. Oh yeah, actually, we'll go back. We got, look at it, we got stickers, we got pins, we got stickers, we have keychain, one more keychain. Spitz is so dang cute, thank you! Oh my gosh. Star drew it, but then also, Bubba Wallace, hello. Star drew the piece of art, of course, but then also Star helped me when I was editing it for a pin, because you can only have so many colors. So it was a lot of like, what color should this be? What color should that be? Like with our limited palette. Okay. Just because she confessed to something doesn't make it the truth. Kay is suffering from amnesia, so any statement she makes should be taken with at least a grain of salt.
Objection. Even so, it doesn't exactly solve anything for us, does it, dear boy? And it would be nonsensical to dismiss her confession outright. I'll tell you what, why don't we ask her one last time, though I'm sure she'll just say she did it again.
Fine, let's do it. Let's ask her again. We'll see if she really believes herself to be the culprit. Huh? You mean me? Is this really what you want, Mr. Edgeworth? If it goes badly, it could significantly weaken your position.
I know, but there's no other way. I only request that I be the one to question her. You really know how to tug at an old man's heartstrings, you know. Oh.
Man, if you let me know the color limits at some point, I'll make you a couple of pieces specifically for pins. Man, hell yeah. That would be dope AF. I know right now, like the pins and stuff has sort of been a bit of a test, and I think there's still a lot of time to see, but you know, they haven't exactly. It was a test to see like if this is viable for right now and monetarily. And currently, the answer to that is no. But I would like at some point for that to flip over and switch. You know what I mean? Because you have to pre-buy all the pins. J-Mama, welcome back home. But I am excited about that prospect. I don't know if stuff like pins and things from Vogue Race are gonna get more expensive once Trump takes office, so there's also that to consider. I don't know how that kind of shit's gonna go on. Who knows? It's gonna be a shit show. Yay, hooray, America. Hooray, America. Wee.
But fine, ask away on one condition. If this turns out to be a waste of time, that's it.
That's it, what?
We'll call the proceedings to an end then and there. Agreed?
Call the proceedings to an end? You mean the hearing?
Yes, dear boy, that's right. Perhaps you aren't a complete muddlehead after all. Now, just so we're clear, if we ask again and all that happens is the girl confirms her guilt, she is officially declared guilty on the spot. Yes, that sounds like a great plan, if I do say so myself.
That's it. You just declare her guilty just like that.
That's the gist of it.
It's a big risk, but he's going to find a way to condemn her either way if we don't do something. Okay.
Yes?
I know it's a lot to ask, but I need you to think. Do you remember anything else about what happened on the day of the murder?
Hydrate, posture check, you got it.
Anything that might help us prove your innocence.
Why are you still fighting it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's no use. I can't be of any help to you. I'm sorry. I'm too scared to try and remember anymore. What if I remember something even worse? And if I did, I'd just be making more trouble for you. Please, just accept it. The K you thought you knew is a dangerous criminal.
Celsius isn't very Excelsior. He sucks. More like an Excelsi loser.
Now, Bubba Wallace, I love you. Hell yeah. A criminal who let you down and betrayed your trust.
Don't worry, Kay. You have nothing to be afraid of. I may not have known you for very long, but I know you well enough. Right now, I'd say I know you better than you know yourself.
Whoa, look at that big chunky boy!
You would never commit a murder because this is who you really are, the Yatagarasu pin.
Take that!
You're the great thief Yatagarasu, a noble outlaw who would never stoop as low as to kill.
I can't do it, I'm sorry. Because all I can see is the one memory that's returned. I have to face it.
Hold it. No, the only evidence of your guilt is a confession they forced out of you. As I said earlier, you have to believe that you're better than that. Or are you saying you don't believe a word of what I've been telling you? Yeah, guilt tripper about it.
No, it's not that. You're trying so hard to help me, and you're risking so much for me. It's too much. You have to stop. I'm begging you.
Ah, so that's what's going on. I thought it was strange, but now I see. The reason you're allowing yourself to be railroaded into accepting your fate is because of me, isn't it? Which is exactly what the K I know would have done.
You're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm not. And I don't plan on becoming one anytime soon. Alright. Because despite all your wishes to the contrary, I'm still trying to help you. So you see, I've merely been servicing my own ego, regardless of what I put you through. Now, let's try this again. See the good in yourself, Kay. Remember the noble thief you truly are. That memory of you committing the murder, you need to question it with all you have. Yeah, Kay isn't good at this trying to remain... She like... She's just like,
I definitely murdered! It must be...
It's all I ask, so please, do it for me. Yeah, what the hell was going on?
Ah!
Kay! What's wrong? Did you remember something?
Oh ho! It'd be like some cliche movie plot if she did.
What?
A cow!
A cow? Mr. Edgeworth, if you could perhaps ask her for a few more details.
Well, Kay, what could you tell us about this cow?
I remember now! The person in the red raincoat, she had it in her hand. A stuffed cow! I can see it so clearly now!
Are you sure, Miss Faraday? Are you absolutely certain?
Yes, I'm sure.
That was downstairs. Then this court acknowledges the defendant's latest statements as new testimony. I feel like Yvelle's turning to good a little bit.
Objection.
I feel like he's the mastermind, but she sort of has just been blindly following him. That's my assessment anyway. You love cows? Hell yeah. Look at it. Look at this cow. It's missing a horn.
Have you lost your mind, Verity? We can't accept testimony like this.
With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, information pertaining to the victim and her possessions is
New and highly relevant evidence.
Objection.
just a little guy.
Need I remind you of the adult state of her memory? No, this simply won't do.
Adult? But if we claim her memory is unreliable now, then our own argument is weakened, sir. You said yourself only a few minutes ago that thanks to the suspect's confessions, we need not worry ourselves over the finer details.
Did you not? Yeah, you fixed that lighter, asshole.
Were we to call the validity of her memories into question, then we must also call into question the confession on which our entire argument is based.
Is that really the most advisable course of action?
Yes, you're right. Proceed as you see fit, then.
I think you're right. Gabelle is definitely realizing it's not what it seems.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Like, I don't know. I would like her to be good on the side of good, actually, and just whatever, but like,
We're still in the game, but only by the skin of our teeth. And thanks to Judge Gavelle's intervention.
it's almost as if she was on our side for a second. Yeah! You saw.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, the stuffed animal.
I believe the cow in question is this thing here, Your Honor. We found it in the storeroom and believe it is yet another auction lot.
Hello?
Wait, that's...
Do you know something, Gabelle?
No, it's just not what I imagined.
I suppose it is a rather odd thing for the victim to have been carrying. I should look over it carefully.
Oh, is this tied to the first case? Oh, there's a rose petal! Or a cherry blossom, I mean.
There's a cherry blossom petal caught on the fur here. There were petals on the raincoat, too.
And a cherry tree in bloom up on the viewing platform.
It would definitely appear that this was taken outside at some point. What did the victim want with this thing?
Yeah, is there something in the hole?
The left
horn is missing.
This hole. It looks like that's where the horn would have gone.
But that doesn't look like stuffing in there. So what is it?
Let's take a look at the rest of this toy and see what else we can find.
The other horn?
The right horn seems intact, but I can't say it's doing much for the overall symmetry of the stuffed toy.
Look, Mr. Edgeworth, it moves.
It does?
It sounds like sand being crushed.
It would seem there is a recording device hidden inside.
And...
I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Nothing to say for yourself? I waited so long for this day, and now I'll finally have my revenge. Ah!
Could this be the moment of the murder?
And someone made a recording of it?
Oh my god.
Hey, that's them right there. That's them voices I heard. Sure as eggs is eggs.
Doesn't Phoenix Wright go up against Edgeworth? Yeah, he does. In the first game, anyway. They gotta. It's complicated. It's complicated. They're just friends. They've never fucked. Not even one.
Unfortunately, we have no way of verifying when these voices were recorded. It's possible they have nothing to do with the murder. If only there was some accompanying video footage.
There are bugs in the ears or something like that. I done told you, that's the voices I heard. And we already know the victim was holding that thing, right? So it's gotta be from when she got.
Yes, it is a possibility, but a weak one without more than your word to back it up. We need something more, something credible.
We need? Yet again, she seems to be stepping in to help. Judge Gavelle, I think we all know the voices are from the moment of the murder. Consider for a moment the words we heard when one of the speakers say, "I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me." I believe we have something that could explain what those words are referring to and how it's all related.
You know, the fact that she fucking had a big-ass burn on her goddamn hand.
Take that! Goodsling, hello!
Yeah, a lot of hearts. Fro is not to be frolexed with. Oh my goodness. It's true, Rose.
The coroner's preliminary findings, how do they prove anything? Yeah, I don't, just, it's not even that long, guys. Like, yeah.
Take that!
It's the burn mark. Yep.
I think again on the words we heard. This part in particular sticks out in my mind. You can't hide that burn from it. The victim had a prominent burn mark on the back of her right hand. And what of it? Did you make it? According to Kay's testimony, the victim was carrying a stuffed cow toy, and a burn mark, an identifying mark unique to the victim, was mentioned on the recording it captured.
Ah, just a coincidence. Stuff like that happens all the time. Right.
I'm not so sure that it does, especially not in this case. The court accepts that the recording may have been from the time of the murder.
In which case, one of the two voices must belong to the real culprit. And based on the content of the conversation, it seems that it's likely the one we hear the most.
But that still doesn't tell us anything about the killer's true identity, or even if they're male or female.
Due to the voice changes, correct. Unfortunate, but unavoidable.
One thing, however, has become clear. We are now able to say that the voices Miss Hart heard were those of Miss Ringer and her killer.
Just like I done told you they was.
We can say something else now, too.
Then let's hear it. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman.
Do as you wish. According to Miss Hart, just before the murder occurred, two people came up to the storeroom from the committee chamber on the elevator. The ringleader and one of the auction attendees. It seems this was the point at which the money was exchanged hands. The murder happened immediately afterward. Excuse me. And the auction carried on after that. All of which points to one key fact.
What else does this latest revelation tell us? The ringleader was the killer.
Since the ringleader was the auction's sole auctioneer, then it follows that they cannot be the victim.
Hey, Gavel!
Not right now, Eustace. There's a good boy.
And if they weren't the victim, then they can only have been the killer.
Where did this burn marker come from? The guy who literally likes arson.
It's a mystery.
I don't know.
A compelling argument, but hardly conclusive.
I am fully aware of that, Your Honor. I was merely warming up for the main event.
Yeah, lighter.
There were certain traces left on the scene that seemed to suggest that the ringleader was the killer.
Then please hurry up and show us.
What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader having...
Oh, what? Placed on the scene? Placed?
What do you mean placed? What? Placed? Placed where? Which crime scene? What are we talking about? Is it just that... What?
Take that!
No. That wasn't. Well, now, just hold on. Now, just hold on. Now, just hold right there. Something that was placed on the scene. Like, they must mean the regular scene. Yeah, I guess this doesn't make sense, right? Because everything we know now, this would have been this would have had to happen after the auction. So maybe Kay was up there, saw the body collapsed from the head injury. It was put into the box to then later, so that all the other people could leave. Yeah, no, same Rose. Oh my gosh. Very far away from it, personally, though. It's gotta be. This makes sense.
Take that!
Because that doesn't make sense. That has to be planted otherwise. The killer, yeah, there we go. The killer deliberately left a large pool of blood at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. It was due to that blood that we originally thought the murder had happened in this chamber.
Yo, is that a cholera? Hello, gamers! Boo, 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 boo.
Welcome. How was Europe? How was your trip to Europe, Clara? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Raiders, if you do not know me, my name is Comfy Catboy. I do all the voices. I'm real silly. You kept getting stuck on poles. Like, British poles? I don't know what that means. I don't know what everybody laughed. Did the poles go on the wrong side of the road? Maybe that's the problem. I kept getting into front end collisions. But trailer got stuck on stuff, basically. Oh my gosh. I've seen people... I feel like I watched an amount of Super Mega play some of those truck games, and the reversing just seems like such a nightmare. I feel like any desire to maybe want to play those games, and I see the reversing aspect of it, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this. Jose, hello, welcome everybody. Oh my goodness. And me. And Steven. Well, welcome. We are yelling at a man because our friend didn't do a murder, and we're like, probably you did the murder. And that's where we're at. And Claire, of course, as always, if you got to do post-stream stuff, please, by all means. She does auto parking, so no reversing. Oh, thank God. Okay. I want to do that. Oh, my God. Jose, I love you. Yay! Yay! All right, here we go. Oh, my goodness.
It was due to that blood that we originally thought the murder had happened in this chamber. But it simply was a ruse designed to cover up the blood that had dripped down from the storeroom.
In order to conceal the existence of the underground auction, correct?
Correct. If the culprit had nothing to do with the auction, they would have had no reason to cover up that blood. Which further supports the theory that the ringleader and the killer were one and the same.
As to the identity of the ringleader, do you have anyone you'd like to name?
You're busy buying a baby ball pit. Hello? What? What? What do you mean? Say more.
The auction is always held in this committee chamber, with its storeroom located just overhead. So at the very least, we know the murderous ringleader has some connection to the committee.
And this guy likes to play with his lighter.
Yes, yes. And you suspect me, correct? As the committee's most powerful member, that should be hardly a surprise, right?
Hell yeah, Clara. Have a lovely lunch. A lunchly. No, not a lunchly.
Anything but a lunchly. You're a fine prosecutor, that much I'll give you. But as I think I may have mentioned already, you're also hopelessly naive.
See, this naive doesn't have the double dots. But when they spelled naivete, it did have... Oh my gosh. Hell yeah, Star. That rules. I'm so excited. Excited for you. Yeah, burn that up, I guess. Whatever that is.
You got nothing, dear boy, have you? No evidence whatsoever. Unless you got something to share after all. Yeah.
Do I have any evidence that shows that Chairman Winner is the murderer? I mean, no.
It was Chairman Winner himself who brought up the fact that I suspected him. And he seemed confident right from the get-go that he's untouchable. Which means he knows. He knows I have nothing. Ho, ho, ho! Well, Miles, my boy, time to pay the piper. I've always wanted to say that.
I don't know why he's so ripped. He's an old man, he says. Excelsius's fan sub name is Blaze? Oh, shoot. That rules. Yeah, I never played the fan sub. I only know this version, even though I've always been a huge fan of Ace Attorney stuff. And I'm so happy that it's been having such a resurgence the last few years. Hey, Dragon Ball fans? Not no. Oh, but you're going to say Dragon these nuts, and then I'll be like, got him. And we'll laugh. Got him.
All right, Verity's all yours.
I feel like he... Oh.
Wait, dang it. I just remembered something. Huh? Yeah, did you have amnesia too? No, it just done came to me. Flash of inspiration, you know how it is.
Very well, say your piece.
Objection.
What are you doing, Verity?
Mr. Edgeworth has made it clear that he won't give up until every last lick of hope has been extinguished. So extinguish we must, lest he try to drag us through this excruciating process again in the future.
Yeah, what she said. I don't quite get it, but it sounded pretty cool. Don't worry, Dad. I helped Gavel bring this wedding to a winning finish. Let's tell them how wrong they are.
Fine, let's just hear what the witness has to say.
You heard the chairman, Miss Hart, if you would be so kind.
Yeah, that's his dad. It's terrible.
Well, all right then. Here goes nothing.
The facts, Miss Hart, and nothing but the facts, please.
Don't you worry a pretty little head on that front. I'm a journalist. Choose my middle name.
Color me officially worried.
So the ringleader's a killer, right? Which makes the victim...
I feel like her voice and the other guy's voice are very similar. So hold on. But she's kind of fast.
So the ringleader's a killer, right? Which makes the victim one of the action guys. Thing is, that don't add up. I counted 11 people coming down that half C. Then the murder happened, and then the auction started back up again. Now, I had me look downstairs right after that.
No.
And wouldn't you know it, there were 11 little duckies all lined up in a row again.
How?
And you're sure of this, Miss Hart?
Sure as can be, you gavel shit. Saw him with my own 2 papers.
Yeah, the doctor's gonna be showing up eventually, probably to save the day.
So, 11 before the murder and 11 again right after means... Wait, that's a thingy!
A contradiction, Eustace. Do try to keep up. Miss Hart, did nothing really change at all?
I done told you already, they carried right on again like nothing even happened. Oh, except for... It wasn't nothing much, but...
What is it?
That little old mallet doodad. Can't have yourself an auction without one. Kind of like the one Missy's over there got, but different.
The auctioneer's hammer.
That's bunny.
Is this like a regular one?
I done heard that thing banging and clanging right the way through. Then nothing, just like that.
So the noise of the hammer stopped midway through. Could it have something to do with the murder? I still don't get why he has a conductor baton. I don't know. Like maybe by the end of the game, somebody had a nice explanation where he just thinks it makes him look cool, but like I'm not sure. Okay, so I got some evidence.
What if what Miss Hart is telling us is true, we have something of a problem. Namely, that if the victim is neither the auctioneer nor one of the attendees, your entire theory cannot stand, Mr. Edgeworth.
Chalk right up for justice. Eat that, Edgeworth.
See, Mr. Edgeworth, there really was nothing we could do.
No, there must be something we're overlooking. Something that we still don't have an explanation for. I just need to think. If I can't, Kay is... All right, kids, do we finally have all the answers now? If so, I expect you to make good on it. Doctor. Nope, it's her.
One moment, sir. I worry that it might still be too a little early to pass judgment. After all, we have one more matter yet to resolve. And until we do, we cannot claim complete and total victory over Mr. Edgeworth. Is that not so, Mr. Edgeworth? Frankly, I expected you to have raised your voice by now. A loud hold it, perhaps?
Yes, of course. And once again, she has rescued us from the jaws of defeat. Very well, let's get this over with, shall we? What is this one matter that still remains?
Why, the contradiction in the coroner's report, sir.
That's... I'm back with the witnesses, Your Honor. They all turned immediately. All right, so this is a nurse. Their mother. Well, I don't know if they're. I don't actually remember if they're related or not. But the whole deal is that she's too frail to speak on her own. So the younger one like listens in and relays the information. So she's her name is Florence Needler. And hers is Hilda Hertz. They're doctors. They're doctors, you see. Edgeworth, they're getting... Whoa! I see. What was her voice? Her voice was like, "What's all this about? Why'd you call us back down here?"
Did somebody suddenly fall ill? I'll have a compress ready in 2 shakes of it. Ouch! This better be good. Did someone else drop dead? Well, they might soon wish they had.
Dr. Hertz, Miss Needler, thank you for coming on such short notice. Let me assure you, this won't take long.
Quit trying to butter me up and cut to the chase, will ya?
I just love the idea that she's just speaking in her same voice, but with this rowdy attitude.
Haha, of course. We summoned you here to confirm something.
What is Judge Gavelle up to?
Dr. Hertz, this court asks that you provide the unabridged truth regarding the following. Do you stand by your preliminary findings? Can you vouch for their complete and total accuracy?
Grandma doesn't make mistakes, ever.
That's strange. Huh? What do you mean? In the course of this trial, an error was indeed found in her report. And so I ask again for the truth, Dr. Hertz. Did you alter, tamper with, or in any way falsify your findings?
That's awful. How could you even say that?
Timeless56, hello, welcome.
How are you?
What are you asking me for? Why the heck would I want to do that?
To help the true culprit, of course.
As if I'd know anything about all that. I just know I didn't do anything of the sort.
Then that seems doubly strange. What other explanation could there be for the discrepancy in your report? Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might have any thoughts on the matter. It's not like you to be coy, I must say.
Why does she keep taking charge and helping me? I still don't know what she's trying to do, but I'll happily take what I can get. If everything was recorded accurately, and then handed off to Mr. Winner according to protocol, then the report shouldn't contain any mistakes.
Wait, for the record, I didn't do anything to the report.
I guess we'll see, won't we? Dr. Hertz, perhaps we could begin with your side of the story.
Why do we even need to? This is pointless.
I'll be the judge of what's pointless, thank you very much.
Yeah, I've played all of the games except for, like when they were new, for the most part. Of all the Phoenix Wrights and all the Apollo Justice, well, so Apollo Justice, whatever game came after that, and then whatever, in the new trilogy that they're calling the Apollo Justice trilogy, whatever the third game in that one is, I haven't played that. And I also haven't played, the crossover one with, Professor Layton. But I think I've played, now that I'm playing this is all, I've played all the games except those two. Have I heard of Objection.lol? I have not. Apparently Eustace was the most popular character with a female game staff. Where are you pulling that information from? Are you doing a lot of Googling?
We have patients back waiting at the hospital. But Grandma, ouch!
They are granddaughter and grandma.
We really don't have time for this.
Won't you please help us? I can't stress how important this is.
Grandma says she'll testify. But could you please make it quick? If we're not back soon, people will suffer.
And yet you had no qualms about taking your time and buying cotton candy the last time we saw you.
My favorite is Miles. Hell yeah. I'm reading his wiki. Ooh, baby. That rules.
We'll let you know as soon as we can, I promise. Assuming you tell us the truth, that is.
Both of them. Hell yeah. Oh, you can make videos using... Oh, I've seen people do that on, They added cases in the recent update. That's fun. I love that. So-called mistake in the report.
There's no way there's a mistake in Grandma's report. Not never. I've been dealing with the dead longer than you've been alive, son of Jim. Me writing something wrong is about as likely as... Ouch! And what the heck do you think I'd stand to gain by doctoring a file? I don't make a lick of sense. And that's all she has to say. Nothing funky here.
Say it's just as I thought. There's no chance a good doctor doctored her findings.
And you swear by the holy goddess that this testimony is true? Of course, Grandma's never told a lie.
Objection! Your opinions are not necessary, Nurse Needler. Your grandmother is the subject of this inquiry, not you.
Not necessary? That's not fair. I'm the only ally poor Grandma has. Go ahead and shout objection left and right. But you best be prepared then, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor.
Oh, I'm more than prepared. I'm ready to expose the truth behind the error in the report.
It's also the game director's favorite. He's just so ridiculous. He, like, everything in an Ace Attorney game is ridiculous, but he's, like, extra ridiculous. Okay, well, she got bonked. I want to press about this.
Hold it!
You have time to check it? If you want to post it in the Discord, I can take a look. But not right now, I think.
The victim appears to have put this raincoat on after sustaining the head injury. And yet, there was not a single drop of blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, she must have been hit in the head before she was stabbed in the chest, making it pre-mortem.
Oh, that's... Ouch! I don't need you to teach me how to suck eggs, young man.
Hello?
My deck report already says what you just said, don't it?
Objection!
Ah.
Your report states that the head injury appears to have been sustained post-mortem, which is the exact opposite of what I just said.
Oh. Sure. I diligently dictated that report to Florence here, and she wrote it all down just like I said it. If something happened after that, were nothing to do with me.
You dictated it. If you could please tell me more.
I diligently dictated that report to Florence. Anything after that were nothing to do with me.
Hold it! Was Florence in on it? Just so we're on the same page, what were your conclusions regarding the body?
Well, like I said, ouch. Sorry, it was, death from a good hard knock to the noggin.
Yeah. And you can say for certain that when that knock happened, Dr. Hertz?
Alright, so she didn't lie. Maybe Needler did.
Oh, pre-mortem, of course. Chest wound happened after the poor girl died. I told Florence that, and she wrote it right down, so that's what it says on my dang report.
That's maybe what you told her, but I think we're finally getting to the truth. Okay. I mean, I guess we just present the findings.
Objection!
Ugh. The character designer says that Eustace specifically styles as a hoagie like that. Like a big question mark, so he's like clueless 24/7. I love it. Dr. Hertz, I'd like you to take a look at the report for yourself.
Oh, I'll read it to Gouch.
Yeah, I think she did it. I think she's in on it, maybe. Bonk at her.
This ain't what I said. This ain't what I said at all.
What? What do you mean exactly?
Whoa.
I don't know.
Oh, she did it!
But I can't say that.
Miss Needler, if you are attempting to bury Dr. Hertz's truth, I would gladly hear her confession myself, on behalf of the Goddess of Justice.
Dr. Hertz seems to be telling Judge Gavelle something in private. We didn't want to animate that.
What? I see.
Who's smacking the grandma back?
Very well, allow me to relay to everyone what you have just told me. Ain't no doubt about what I said. I dictated my findings to Florence just like I told you I did. The fuddle-headed young thing must have wrote it down wrong or something.
Wow, that was a great impersonation.
Yes, but it wasn't really necessary. So, in summary, there was an error in the report. It was all because of you, Nurse Needler.
The true facts have now been shown to be that the head injury occurred prior to the chest wound. The question now, Ms. Needler, is why did you introduce such an error?
Just a minute, Verity. You make it sound as if the poor girl did it deliberately. Whereas it seems to me she just made a little mistake. Pre-mortem, post-mortem, they're practically the same word, don't you think? Except they mean two completely opposite things. This was deliberate, no doubt about it.
But why would you want to change it? Exactly. Thanks. Ow! You won't get away that easy. Explain yourself, young lady. But Grandma,
You submitted a falsified report that an act that led Kate being accused of murder. You owe us an explanation.
But I can't tell you.
Not don't want to, but can't. This is really rather unpleasant, don't you think? Ganging up on this poor, considerate girl who's only looking after her grandmother. She has nothing to do with anything. She simply made one tiny mistake, so why not leave it there?
Objection!
Pretty big mistake, maybe.
You can just post it in gaming or something, Timeless.
You would like that, wouldn't you? Because the only person her testimony would hurt is you. Huh? What on earth do you mean, my boy? Seeing as you're now a de facto ex-prosecutor, you're gonna need to explain yourself better than that. I'd be happy to. I'll even spell it out for you. Nurse Needler's role in this crime was very important because
She's a co-conspirator.
Nurse Needler doctored the report in order to cover for her accomplice.
Oh!
Ho 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 ho! So she's a co-conspirator. This innocent young thing? Do share your grounds for making such a wild accusation, dear boy. The murder couldn't have been committed by one person working on their own. Without at least two people, it wouldn't have been possible to
Maintain attendee numbers.
If the auctioneer was the murderer and the victim was one of the attendees, the fact that a witness testified to there being 11 attendees after the murder doesn't make sense.
Hey, watch it. You gotta call my good word into question now, pal.
That's not what I meant. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm taking you at your word. which means there must be a co-conspirator. I know it's hard, my boy, but sometimes you just have to accept that you were wrong.
Objection indeed, baby. Man, we're gonna beat this case today, I think.
We're going to settle in, everybody. We're going for it. I wasn't wrong. I just hadn't considered the possibility of the killer having an accomplice. But as soon as we do, things start to fall into place. If the killer's accomplice returned to the auction room in place of the victim, there would have indeed been 11 attendees both before and after the murder. Well, so that's your thinking, is it? Certainly an intriguing theory. But surely the imposter would have been spotted right away. I don't imagine that Nurse Needler looks strikingly different from the victim in build and stature. With the help of a mask, she could have very easily have replaced Ms. Ringer without anyone noticing. Well, Nurse Needler, is that what happened? Did you take the victim's place at the auction?
I wouldn't do something like...
Now tell us, the ringleader, who were they?
I can't tell you, I just can't. It hurt Grandma, too. Ow! My Grandma! Don't you worry about me. I can take it. You just tell me everything, child. But... Grandma!
No! Wow! Oh no, her eyes, dude! That was wild. Oh my god. So I was right. She is an accomplice.
Miss Needler, why?
Well, Ms. Needler, can you explain yourself?
Yes. Huh? Oh, thank you, Grandma, but I'm all right now. I confess it. I changed places with Ms. Ringer.
So you admit that you were working with the ringleader? More ways sturdy investigations? What is he investigating? Other men? Yes. What was that? What was that old TikTok sound? It was like, what do I need glasses for? To see boobs? Like it was like, you remember that one? And then they like put the glasses on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was helping them.
Put in the Discord. Hell yeah, thank you. I'll check that out later. I stole this from Twitter. Hey, that's all right. It's a good one.
I don't know how, but they found out Miss Ringer was going to attack them.
The culprit was going to be attacked by the victim.
They seemed pretty sure it was going to happen that night, so I made a counterplay.
Maybe. I don't know what's in it, Timeless, so I don't feel comfortable streaming something. You know what I mean? I don't know what might be in there. But I'll definitely watch it after.
They wanted to strike first, and they wanted me to help them. I was told to go to the storeroom before an auction began and wait there.
Now, hold right there, Missy. I don't say nothing, and my eyes don't lie. You could have been there. If you'd have been there from before the auction, I would have bumped right into you. I was there the whole way through, and you weren't there for one bit of it.
But I'm not lying.
Well, that's easy for you to say, but you were lying about altering that report only a few minutes ago.
Objection!
I think we're all well aware of the number of potential hiding places in that storeroom. Are we? Where exactly are you trying to say our friend the nurse was hiding?
Well, she could just fucking tell us, but like, yeah, I mean the box.
Take that!
Right? Like,
She hid inside this clothes box. Oh, she did she?
Well, it was there the whole time, even before I moseyed on in. But like I done told you, it had them chains around it. Wanted to hide in there myself, really, but it was locked up tight, so I had to go elsewhere.
You got a clip of the hair explosion? Hell yeah.
I
imagine that's because Nurse Needler was already lying in there by the time you arrived.
That's right. We didn't want anyone to open it, or we would have really blown our cover. So the ringleader told me to climb in and wait until it was my time. It was time for my part of the plan. And then they wrapped the whole box up in chains.
Man, that's a lot of trust, lady. I would never in my life.
I think they even took the elevator downstairs not too long after. It was just before the auction was due to start.
So as the auction was beginning, you and Miss Hart would have been the only people in the storeroom.
Yeah, I think so.
The auction proceeded as it always did, until a certain customer came upstairs to complete her purchase. That was when the incident occurred. Ms. Hart overheard the victim and the culprit exchanging words around then.
Yeah, betcha. I was behind the statue there, shaking like a dang leaf the whole time.
In the middle of their quarrel, Ms. Ringer was killed by the auctioneer. I imagine that the auctioneers then carried Ms. Ringer's body over to the clothes box, from which Nurse Needler emerged and swapped places with the victim. After placing Ms. Ringer's body inside the box, Nurse Needler's role was now to pretend to be Ms. Ringer.
That's crazy.
The two of them then returned to the room below as if nothing had happened. Does that about sum up what happened in the storeroom, Nurse Needler?
Yes, in fact, that's exactly what happened. Hold up, so you just waltzed right back on in and nobody noticed? This is two completely different people we're talking about. You tell me not one of the other folks down there at the auction cottoned on?
Why would they? The other auction goers had no reason to notice the difference when Nurse Needler entered because,
she had stolen the victim's clothes.
as we've seen, Ms. Ringer and Nurse Needler are about the same build. What's more, the auction rules require attendees to wear their masks at all times. If Nurse Needler were wearing the same clothes as Ms. Ringer, nobody would have been any the wiser.
No, and they weren't. I borrowed Miss Ringer's clothes and ouch! And left the poor child in her smalls. Have you no respect, girl?
Says the grandma.
No, Grandma, I thought the same thing. It wouldn't be nice to leave her like that. So when the ringleader wasn't looking, I put that raincoat on her.
So that's how Ms. Ringer came to be wearing it. Thus, the auction was able to carry on as before.
Is that all we can see? We can't, like, see... Oh, interesting.
I guess it doesn't show kind of
Below the hemline. I find it funny how the animation implies Grandma has a minor form of telekinesis. She just thinking thoughts so quietly, but so loudly.
the auction was able to carry on as before.
That's the part where I caught the red raincoat on film came just after. Yeah, it must be. That it all makes sense. Right after that was when I went over and looked downstairs through the gap in the elevator. Spied me 11 happy little auction goers, then back I snuck into my little hidey hole.
Don't tell me you were hiding back there the entire time after that.
Well, that is not exactly.
What is it? Did something happen?
So maybe I ought to mention this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. Well, passed out, unconscious, you might say.
What? What happened?
Oh, nothing much. Kind of silly, really, but there was a sudden loud noise, and it startled me just a little bit, you know. All right, maybe more than a little, but I just witnessed a murder. Can't blame a girl for getting jumpy. Guess I got my heart shook and my head faint. Before I knew it, I was out like a light.
That's a little crazy.
When I came to, it was the next dang. There y'all were clanking down that ladder.
That's very important information. I see. So you were startled by a loud noise and fell unconscious. I suppose that means you don't know what happened after that.
Not per se, but, well, after the auction was over, all the masks were back on the rack. So I reckon the guests done finished up and filed out one by one like they were supposed to.
Nurse Needler, once the auction had restarted, what exactly were you doing?
I was pretending to be Miss Ringer and placing bids, just as the ringleader wanted. I had to win her the clothes box, as I had been instructed. It had a dead body inside, after all. Imagine if someone else had won it. We would have been in real trouble then.
So you had no idea that the victim had vacated the box in the meantime?
No, not until we came back so I could pay for it. That was when we noticed.
And then Edgeworth just looks flabbergasted the whole time. Yeah, he's got them etched forehead lines.
The ringleader told me to look for her right away. Except I found some other girl collapsed at the foot of the ladder instead.
Kay.
Yes, she must have fallen from up on the roof and been knocked unconscious. Guess the victim must have left that hatch wide open, huh?
That would explain it. Kay would have been so shocked by seeing Ms. Ringer fall motionless right in front of her that she wouldn't have seen the open hatch and fallen right through it. That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Ms. Hart. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor.
Yeah, I suppose so. Can't believe something like that done knocked me out for so long, though.
So in summary, by the time Miss Needler found Kay, you were already sound asleep behind the statue. I think we've got a good grasp on what occurred up to this point now. Miss Nurse Needler, if you would continue.
Sure, so I found Kay, and next I found Ms. Ringer, and I put them both in the clothes box. We couldn't risk any of the auction goers seeing them. That would have caused a real hullabaloo.
What, was that your idea or the ringleaders?
Theirs. But putting the raincoat on Ms. Ringer was my own idea, so I tried to get rid of it before they found out what I'd done.
I imagine they were none too pleased.
This is the wrong two, everybody! Come on!
None too pleased when it shows up as a surprise piece of evidence in this case.
And lastly, the ringleader and I put her in an auctioneer's outfit we'd prepared.
Of course, which completed the deception and made everyone think she was the auctioneer.
All in all, the auction finished up without anybody noticing anything, and that was that.
Now we know the extent of your crimes, Nurse Needler, and if you have anything further to share, I'd advise you do so immediately.
I wish I could tell you more, but I'm sorry, that's all I know. Oh, except for one more thing. It did seem a little strange, I guess, when I was borrowing Ms. Ringer's clothes. I took everything I could, but I couldn't take her hair, obviously, so ouch! You dang right you couldn't take her hair, says Grandma. What kind of medical professional are you?
That's where you draw the line, so taking her clothes was okay.
Our hair was totally different. The style, the length, everything. I kind of panicked. But the ringleader thought of everything, including wigs. 2 of them, in fact. There was a straight one and a wavy one. They were both stashed in the clothes box.
2 wigs, but why?
Right, I wondered that too. I thought maybe they were worried she might have changed up her style. Anyway, I took the straight one. That was the one that matched her hair on that day.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Leaving a wavy wig in the box. But it wasn't there, and that's everything you know? There's nothing else you're forgetting?
No, huh? No, really, Grandma, that's everything.
And I take it that you really have no idea who the ringleader might be?
Sorry, I only know that they were in charge of the auction. I didn't see them without their mask on. And they were pretty careful to keep their identity a secret from everyone.
I can't get something concrete on them. Oh, well, Miles, are we about done? You've proven the nurse was part of the murder plot, but sadly for you, it doesn't change a whole lot. Because it does nothing to prove that Kay Faraday isn't the ringleader. Justice must prevail. We can't change the law, even for your sake. It seems highly unlikely. Is this it? Am I not going to be able to save Kay?
Objection!
Yeah! Oh, Franziska! Yay.
Franziska, what are you doing here?
As I told you before, Miles Edgeworth, where the case leads, I follow.
Your dedication is an inspiration to us all.
But don't go getting the wrong idea, little brother. I'm only here to deliver the truth regarding the suspect. I'm certainly not here to forgive you for abandoning the way of the prosecutor.
I understand that.
You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information.
Detective Gumshoe did that.
Prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth, for the final piece of the puzzle. Rosie Ringer's head wound was the first... was the first of the injuries she suffered, not the second. That's so funny.
Little, isn't Edgeworth older? Yeah, I mean, that's perfect for her personality.
That's incredible.
I can't remember the last time a bit got me that good.
Well, someone say something.
Yes, there's no easy way to say this, Franziska, but we already proved that ourselves.
You what?
Yes, just a few Ow! Your heart is, it's like a shirt. It's like a shirt design. That's not like my heart. I mean, like, if we want to do Undertale rules, maybe that's my soul, but like, that wasn't my lore intent or anything. Hello, Jackie. Welcome. It is the Undertale heart, though. Or that was the inspiration anyway.
Why didn't you say something so sooner?
You didn't exactly give us a chance.
And I suppose you know about the murder weapon, too?
No, not yet.
Ah, good. Then listen up.
We can do that.
The victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing a circular surface, and the wounds to the chest were actually inflicted post-mortem. A circular surface?
Objection.
What does that mean?
And you're certain of that, I assume? Your sources are above board?
2 trusted medical professionals reached the same conclusion independently. You couldn't ask for more.
Objection.
That's certainly good to know.
Objection!
Of what? I am the prosecutor in charge of Interpol's investigation into the underground auction. And this murder occurred during that auction. It would be negligent of me not to pursue leads pertaining to the related parties. Especially the victim.
My, you've really become quite the force to be reckoned with, haven't you, my dear?
They were bashed with the auctioneer's gavel. That makes a lot of sense. Then all parties are in agreement. The victim died from a blow to the head. Sadly, the murder weapon itself is yet to be identified.
Based on the shape, I might have an idea or two.
But guys, I didn't turn... Oh, gosh. But guys, I didn't turn up any other weapon during my investigation.
And yet, one only need think about the setting and the auctioneer's and an auctioneer's tools, and the answer should be obvious.
Goodbye, Timeless. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, it was the auctioneer's hammer.
What would an auctioneer have readily at hand? I don't know. An auctioneer's hammer, of course. Thank you, Edward, for the long ass pause.
But I never found one of those! If the auctioneer was indeed the killer, it does seem a likely candidate for the murder weapon. But without the evidence to support your theory, it remains nothing more than that.
Oh, I have just the evidence you need right here. This piece of evidence strongly suggests that the auctioneer's hammer was the murder weapon.
Was it the thing we just fucking got?
Take that!
That would be too silly. Rawr. Okay. Well, the auctioneer. Okay. Well, what do you mean?
I don't know, Miles. What are we talking about?
But why? Yeah, she said you heard a gavel and then... Oh, wait. Do we have her statement? Oh, right. No, thank you. Okay.
Take that!
That's the ticket.
Ms. Hart told us something very important about the auction after the murder occurred, and said that the very prominent sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard. I forgot we had that in evidence. Now, why would that be? I'll tell you why, because it had just been used in a murder and was covered in the victim's blood. It would need to be disposed of. Isn't that right? Chairman Winner!
I'll have our people look into this right away.
Whoa, ho, ho, ho! You really are like a dog with a bone, aren't you, dear boy? But if you can't dedicate yourself to a cause when you're young, when can you? He seems very confident we'll never find it.
Bonk. Very well. A search for the murder weapon will be conducted. In the meantime, this court is in recess. It is? To be continued? Wait, really? Oh, maybe we're not finishing it today. No, well, okay, if we gotta... Okay, I was looking at the... Okay, no, this is a good place to end. Okay, we'll finish this tomorrow. We're going to I didn't think we were going to recess. There's only one section left, but... I'm looking at the spoiler-free walkthrough, but, that must have enough plot going into it. So, okay, my bad, everybody. But we will be stopping right here and picking this up tomorrow. Dibs on the swings. Yeah, hell yeah. I got the monkey bars. All right, hell yeah, babies. Hell yeah, babies. Well, thank you all. Let me make it not silent. No, I don't want ads. Get out of here. Luckily for me, I don't have to deal with ads. Yeah, check out. Okay, everybody, thank you all so much. We're going to find somebody to raid. But in the meantime, first and most important link, in my humble opinion, check out our Let's Play channel. Where is it? Oh, God. Here it is. Check out our Let's Play channel. If I refresh this...
yeah, we got, we're very quickly gonna be at 2K subscribers here in a minute. So that's extremely exciting. We got a lot of fun stuff on the horizon. I'm planning, okay, if there is one video you want to try, make it this one, the best of Sonic Generations. I'm gonna try and make more compilations of our long plays, and put those up, and kind of like little best ofs and things like that. Oh, that's the background. Wait, this? Oh yeah. I probably should edit this to maybe put some socials in, but I also want to make, you know, I want to handle that, because it's so silly. Yeah, so check it out. I would love it if you did. This is where the majority of like my focus is going. Those that are paying very close attention perhaps have noticed that I haven't put out a lot of Comfy Reads Everything videos in a minute. I'm not saying that I'm like done with that channel necessarily, but it's definitely on the back burner since this has taken off. So so that's that. I'm trying to like take the time I would dedicate to that and put it towards working on stuff for this, you know. Look at all those shadows. Look at all these shadows right here. Oh wait, I gotta click into it. There we go. Look at these boys. So absolutely, I would love it if you would check that out. A logo. That's not a bad. Well, we kind of have the thing in the beginning of the intro, but that's not like a logo. That was a how you say, a template, an After Effects template, that I altered and you know what I mean? But anyways, thank you all so much for hanging out today with me. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. West Coast American time, and we will finish this case, baby, through heck or high water. But if you like, there's my card, and there is the Discord if you want to join those places or follow me there. We're going to find somebody to raid. Who's on? Who's live? Who we got? Who's alive? Every now and then, somebody is alive. Yeah, let's see. Let's browse. Let's look in Miles Edgeworth. Oh shoot. Oh, there's that Crystal. I know them. But oh, you know who's live?
Here's congratulations.
Bun Lin is live.
Congratulations.
I feel like I haven't seen them in a spicy second. They're doing art. Alright, baby. Alright, baby. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We will be back tomorrow. Same action time, same action station. And I'll be on the internet in the meantime, babies. I love you all to pieces. Have a... Oh, wait. And then if you are a subscriber, you can copy and paste this. And if you're not a subscriber, that's okay. I still love you. I love you all. Have a lovely day, everybody. And I'll see you next time. Bye.